Am I streaming? I think I'm streaming. Is it working? Am I streaming? I think I'm streaming. Is it working? The answer is yes. Streaming? Okay. All right. You're streaming. Thank you kindly, Bert. How's it going? Welcome to Sunday, the 27th of August, 2023. If anybody's watching this in the future, this is the date that it happens to be on. How's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, so I am. I was debating on whether I should advertise or not, and I should. I think I concluded the answer is probably yes because I have TwitchCon announcement in my title. But if anybody wants to see some magic, feel free to start requesting because here we go. How? And then let me see here. Whoops. And I'm going to add. Whoa! Tammy makes things. Thank you so much for the sub. How's it going? Welcome in for the resub for 2 months. Thank you kindly. So let's see. I saw some people in chat. So let's see. Thanks for being here, Bert, Charlie, and Chan. Hopefully you are all doing well. And Tammy, welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well as well. Man, my words are feeling very redundant right now. So let me see here. Hold on. I don't know how to use my song list properly. Actually, I think I need to re-log in because, yeah, nothing was for some reason. Okay. All right. Thanks, Crazy Agent. It's been going well. Been a hectic week. I totally understand. A lot of people have weeks that are hectic, and I thought when I got older, perhaps after school was over, and then after like the wedding, and then after other people's weddings, and I thought that things would cool down, and that ended up never becoming the case. So I just figured everything is just going to be breakneck pace until, I was going to say until I retire, but I feel like it'll just not ever slow down ever for the rest of my life. So that's just the way things are. And shaping up to be another one. Yep. So that's, yeah. Hashtag the human condition. Hashtag real life. All right. Whew. Okay, so let me. I'm going to start advertising, but the queue is open. If anybody would like to start requesting things, feel free. My apologies for being a little bit late, mostly because I could have started earlier today, but I opted to do my YouTube recording beforehand. So that's what I did instead. And I was actually getting a little bit frustrated because I didn't get the way that I wanted. So, but yeah, I think I got a good take before I started stream, but I didn't watch it, so I could very well end up watching it, and then it's like not a good take, and then I'm gonna have to redo it after. But good news is I am not going to work tomorrow because I am on vacation for the entire week. I took it off, so I'm I'm okay. I do have things to do tomorrow, but I don't have to wake up for work like first thing. So that's good. Let's see. Late for your unannounced stream. Oh yeah, that's true. Technically, yeah. It's late for when I wanted to start it compared to when I could have started it. I guess it's just an opportunity thing. But yeah, that's all. Okay, so I did. So I did make a command. So as soon as it comes, welcome in, Ferret Faucet. How's it going? And Ferret Faucet is asking, Gibson Lens, how you been? So yeah. By the way, if anybody has not seen me before and they've just seen me like modding in a couple other streams, hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled this way, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. So that's what my stream is here all about, except right now I'm currently posting in a bunch of Discords so that people know I'm streaming at the moment. But let's see here. But the trick queue is open, so if anybody wants to request anything, I did see a couple of requests already come in. I think Tammy Makes Things did Aria, and then Charlie's Beats requested Center of Attention. Okay, both good. I'm going to also have to mentally remember how to do Center of Attention in my head because I'm not sure if I quite remember yet. But yeah. Let's see here. But anyway, so my latest trick that I recorded for YouTube is once again with Disney Lorcana cards. So FYI, last week Chan, the Magic Man, divined that I was going to do an oil and water with Disney Arcana cards on YouTube and requested it a day before it released. And I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. So it was crazy mentalism from Chan the Magic Man. So well done, Chan. Good job. Mentalism! Yes, that's right. Ferret Fawcett is still alive and kicking, which is good. Yeah, because if you're not alive, I mean, that would be bad. And then if you were not kicking and also not alive, I guess you could be alive and not kicking, and that would be okay. So for anybody who understands Boolean logic, that would of course be strange. But yeah, so I have had a tiring weekend, but I'm hopefully going to get some nice R&R this week. So for anybody who didn't know, I am celebrating my wedding anniversary with my wife this week. So she actually got she took Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off from work. And then I was like, I'll take Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off from work. And then I have my workplace is giving us half-day summer Fridays every other Friday. So this Friday would happen to have been the last half-day Friday. And I was like, oh, do I really want to have 3 days off and then go in for a half day? And I said no, so then I took half day off. Plus, daycare is closed, so either my wife and I would have had to take off anyway. And then I was thinking, man, do I have to go in Monday and then have the rest of the week off? So then I was like, I'm just going to take Monday off. So I took Monday off too. And that's where we're at. So I have the entire week off. So I'm 2 days into my 10-day weekend, 10-day long weekend. That being said, yeah, because in the United States we have a holiday called Labor Day, not tomorrow, but the following Monday. So it's slightly extended for me. So that'd be good. Let's see. Sorry to be so deep, lol. No, it's okay. You could honestly, I think it's pretty chill here. You could say a lot of stuff so long as you're not against TOS. If you're here and not alive, that's probably a violation of Twitch's TOS. Wait, does that mean? Oh, see, I don't know. If zombies could watch Twitch, I think they would be allowed. You're probably right, Tammy. Yeah. Are we trying to think about logical tautologies now? Because I am a huge fan of thinking about really weird logical things. If you've seen me in some other people's chats where I'm asking weird philosophical questions, that is definitely one of those things. For example, one of my favorite questions that if people are not aware, and if you've been on the internet, I'm sure you've heard this. What counts as a sandwich? Because I feel like there should be an empirical definition of a sandwich, but I don't think everybody agrees on what that empirical definition, thus it is not an empirical definition. So, yeah. The question is done to death at work. Yep, for sure. So the next question is, what counts as soup? Would a 3-bean latte count as soup? Because by my definition, I think it would. 2 slices of bread with some kind of filling. See, because here's my argument against the 2 slices of bread thing. I mean, ice cream sandwiches have a bread-like thing that isn't bread. I'd call that a sandwich. Oreos are cookies, but I would call that bread. No, I would not call that bread. Sorry, I misspoke. But I would call Oreo cookies a sandwich. And then there are things that people call sandwiches that shouldn't be called sandwiches. For example, open-faced sandwiches. In the name, they have the word sandwich in them, and yet I would not call them a sandwich. It's like chocolate bread with ice cream. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So, and let's see, what else? So usually my escalation to that is like, if people consider subs, a lot of people would consider subs sandwiches, but they don't consider a hot dog a sandwich. But if the sub is not cut all the way through, then wouldn't that be the same thing? So if you do consider a sub a sandwich, but don't consider a hot dog a sandwich, I would say there's some logical mismatch. And this is where a lot of people get tripped up, because I think in my head that a hot dog is a sandwich based on my own reasoning, but in my heart, I don't feel like a hot dog is a sandwich. Anyway, my apologies to anybody who hates this discussion, but we're bringing it up now. We're already talking about it. You're having my head hurt, making my head hurt. And I haven't even done magic yet. Like, that's the craziest thing. I just hurt your head without magicking. Like, my apologies. So, yeah. That I did not intend to do. But I like talking about this stuff, so that's it's partially what you get. Okay, I think I'm almost done advertising. My apologies. Nope, that's a lie. I have a few more to go. Magic doesn't make my head hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so that means I can heal you with some magic, right? Pun intended for anybody who's played any RPG ever. Does that count as a dad joke? That might have counted as a dad joke. Anyway, so getting back to the sandwiches. No, I'll stop. I promise. Unless anybody really wants to egg me on, go ahead and egg me on in chat, but we don't have to go back to the sandwiches. So yeah, I've sometimes thought about doing the advertising off stream, but I'm like, I'm just going to be sitting here and copy pasta, so I've decided I'm going to be on stream when I advertise. Okay, so I'm done with that, and then I just need 2 more copy pastes. Here, we got it. There you go. Dad joke. Okay, Ferret Fawcett called it out, so we get to count it as a dad joke. Thank you. All right. Let's see. And then going live now. Also, everybody who's here is probably like, hey, I want to know what your announcement is, although nobody has asked me in chat, so I could probably save it until somebody asks me in chat. FYI, I'm begging you to ask me in chat. Advertising on stream increases the likelihood that you'll remember to do it. Yes, it's true. I mean, I kind of lament it a little bit because it's mostly just like what I would consider busy work. Yeah, so what's my announcement? Oh my god, Ferret Fawcett. I am glad you asked. Oh my god, Eklund, you just redeemed the official Ask Me Anything and said, what's the announcement? By the way, welcome in Eklund1 and welcome in Seeker of Weird. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little excited because also I have an announcement, and I haven't made it yet. So, yeah. So a few streams ago, not everybody was there, but I was seeking some help from the community to help solidify an event that was potentially happening, and this event may or may not have been related to TwitchCon. So for a while, I was basically in the realm of, okay, this is going to happen, but we didn't sign the paperwork to make it super official and get it on the schedule yet. But I was kind of working the last 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months, I don't remember when it started, to get content at TwitchCon this year. And for those of you who are now here in this room, you are hearing, I mean, like officially for the first time with confidence after we've done the paperwork and we are on the schedule, that I'm going to be performing at TwitchCon. Yes. So actually, not just performing, we're going to be hosting an interactive workshop for magic, performance magic. And so that's the announcement. And that is, oh yeah, Gibson Lens just posted the schedule, and I just made a TwitchCon. And also, there's a Magic Twitch. So long story short, so yeah, we have a session, and the session is not just going to be performing magic, but it's going to be introducing the world of Magic Twitch. So as far as we know, there's 4 people with regular schedules and a few other people that perform magic on Twitch. And we really just need more people to be performing magic on Twitch. And so I was able to get a slot, and hopefully I will be able to help present. So thank you kindly, everybody. It's kind of insane because I was a little nervous that they would just cancel at the last minute, or like something would come up and be like, no, we're not going to accept you. And then I was like, oh, okay, all right, so, okay, we're going to get this happen. And then it's like, what am I going to say when I get there? How do I make this like a very presentable thing? So the workshop it's an interactive workshop because I'm going to be introducing Twitch magic, teaching some people magic tricks, like during the workshop, and also showing some magic and hopefully helping to inspire people. But I just want to get the ball rolling so that some people might be interested if they're already streamers. Like most of them are going to be streamers probably there. And so, yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, I aspire to be the 5th half of Magic Twitch, but not until after TwitchCon. Oh, okay, all right. However, that's okay, Tammy, because we will still shout you out here. And so, let me first clear the advertising. But I'm just going to do a whole battery of shout-outs right now. So, let's go ahead and shout out our friends, Charlie's Beats, music, coding, games, also in a lot of other streams. Let's shout out our friend Chan the Magic Man, one of the halves of Magic Twitch, known as the 4th half of Magic Twitch. Please give Shannon a follow so that you can catch him on Magic Mondays. If you catch him other times, he's playing retro games or games with the community or solving Rubik's Cubes. Let's shout out our friend Tammy Makes Things. Tammy Makes Things. I was able to catch the VOD of the first magic stream, so Tammy is aspiring to perform some magic. So great job, Tammy. Also, Tammy, you shared a little bit about your personal self and how you invested the magic tricks in there. So we hope that Tammy will have some more magic streams. So fingers crossed. Let's see. And then who else is here and streaming? Let's also shout out our friend, Seeker of Weird. If you are not following Seeker of Weird, please give Seeker of Weird a follow. Does art, and I saw a couple of art streams. I lurked a couple of times. I chatted once, but it's really fun if you just want like nice, casual hanging out and watching images like change on stream. Also, when I was in there, it was like ambient rain, so that was really nice. It was just a little bit different, more chill. You could relax. Let's see here. By the way, if we're missing anybody, feel free to just drop a message and say, hey, can I have a shout out? And then I'm going to learn about you. I'll probably give you a follow if I haven't shouted you out. So there we are. I think Eklund, you streaming yet? I don't know if you're streaming yet, but if you are, let us know. Okay. For Loris, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, Ferret Fawcett. Yeah, 4 halves. We would explain that, but it came from InfoXR stream. If you're not familiar with InfoXR, Jack, he was the first person to regularly stream Magic on Twitch, but he was the first half, and then there was a second half, Hallowthorn, which is Ben. And then I joined, and I'm considered the 3rd half, and then Chan the Magic Man considered the 4th half. So now anybody who joins after is now going to be like the 5th half of Magic Twitch. But anyway, I think I also, of course, our illustrious mod, if you have not followed Gibson Lens, plays piano, lots of very relaxing tunes, and honestly, a lot of times I notice that there's people in there and they just love to just listen because it's like a super chill time, but I like Gibson Lens's originals. So, and I also modded over there, so you might occasionally see me over there. So, all right, okay, man. I'm sorry. I've been going for like a little bit, and we haven't done any magic yet. So what we're gonna do is start doing some magic. Okay. So for those of you who are not familiar with how I do things here, your math isn't logical. Yeah, that's okay. Look, not everything has to make sense, okay? Okay, so first things first, let's show everybody my cheating gloves. So I'm going to put on my cheating gloves right here. So for anybody who is not aware, everything that I do on stream, there's no black magic, voodoo, sorcery, or any kind of anything like that. I probably shouldn't say voodoo there because voodoo is actually a legitimate religion. But yeah, so everything that I do is sleight of hand, magic. Okay, next. 20 minutes. I've definitely gone a full hour before starting the stream. Oh, yeah, totally. And then also I have my card box, which, this is my name. If you guys didn't know, my name is Nam, spelled that way. And in this I hold the Twitch deck. It's called the Twitch deck because we have cards signed by people in the community. So you can see already a lot of these already have a bunch of names and signatures on them. If anybody wants to sign a card, we have about 1/3 of this particular deck left. And that's just like a support with a sub or a 500 bits, the equivalent of. So, Tammy makes things. Did we sign a card for you already, or did we not sign a card? Tammy makes things, because I remember you subbed at the top of stream today. So, by the way, thank you very much. And if we haven't signed one for you, I think we need to sign a card for you. I don't think we haven't signed one, right, Tammy? Let me know, and then we can have you sign one if you would like. I believe these are the unsigned cards. I don't think so? Okay, so yeah, your sub entitles you to signing one of these cards. So let me know if you're interested in any of these specific ones, because I believe all these are signed already, and we haven't had any doubles. Why start now? So let me know, and we'll go ahead and put Tammy Makes Things on that card. And also, if you request a trick, I'll try and use your card. And actually, yeah, we should sign one for you now, because I'll try and use your card for Aria. That'll be great. So let me know which one of these you want to sign, and we're going to sign it. Also, this is a reminder to hydrate and stretch if you have been sitting around for a while. All right, and if you don't have a decision right now, I can perform a trick, and then you can come back and get one of these if you would like. 4 of spades looks good. 4 of spades looks good. All right, Tammy Makes Things right there. And then actually, normally I would do this with the aces, the trick, but since you chose the 4, I'll do this trick with the 4s instead. So I'm going to find all of the... Oh, is one of the other 4s not signed as well? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So here we go. All right. Actually, I might break it up just so that we can... So Tammy Makes Things. And actually, is that spelled exactly the way I think it's spelled? Yes. All right. Here we go. Tammy makes things. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the resub at the beginning of stream, Tammy Makes Things. And there we are. 4 of spades, now signed. Okay, so what we're going to do is shuffle the rest of these cards back. And we're going to go ahead and leave the 4 4s out. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'll just go ahead and turn over each one of these cards. And what I want to do is, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Tammy Makes Things, for the support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place 3 cards onto each one of these piles, like so. And then we'll go from there. So okay, I've placed 3 cards onto each one of the 4s. 4s, not aces, because the aces are amongst the rest of the deck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lose the 4 into the other 4 cards, and now I'm going to take this pile and place it into the middle of the deck. So we're going to place this squarely in the middle. And we're going to take this one, this 4, and I'm going to place it not quite near the other one. Let's put this closer to the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and take this one, and we're going to place it maybe closer to the top, but not too close to the top, like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do with this last one is I'm actually not going to do anything here. All I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4 and shake, and actually all of the 4s jump back up to the top of the deck, and there's no duplicates. I mean, some of them are signed, so you can easily tell. And there we have it. That is Aria. Thank you kindly for the request. Tammy Makes Things, and also thank you kindly for the sub and signing the 4 of Spades. Ferret Fawcett says, wow! Chan the Magic Man says, clap. I mean, claps. You don't usually say clap, you just... and thank you kindly for the claps, Chan, and the emotes, Eklund and Ferret. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have Center of Attention, as requested by Charlie's Beats. So let me go ahead and just get ready for that really quick. Tammy Makes Things, thank you so much for the 42 bits. Greatly appreciate it. You didn't have to. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so we're done with that. That's the answer! The answer to the life, universe, and everything. For anybody who's not read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it gets my resounding endorsement. It's a great book. So I watched the movie, and it was actually not as terrible as other book adaptations, but you miss a lot when you watch the movie in this case and not the book. I mean, I think you do that in every case, but totally watch. Sorry, totally read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Alright, so I have 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like using the Harpan Ong deck for this because it is actually his trick. So, what about the game? Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so, alright, what are we going to do here? So, if I had to ask you which ace is the most narcissistic and egotistical of all the aces, which one should you say? There's only one right answer. And actually that right answer is the ace of spades. Ferret Foster says the heart. No, the heart looks okay. See, it's because the heart, the diamond, and the club are all the same size compared to the other ones. Whoever put this heat map on either has seen the trick before or knows exactly where I was going. So thank you kindly for this heat map. Let me eat it. Delicious heat map. But yes. So okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you why the ace of spades is extremely. We'll just say delinquent. Let's just put it out there. So it loves to be in the spotlight, and it loves to see everybody, here, even when I make it not pay attention or make it look away. See, look. So here, look. If I go ahead and I place the ace into the packet face down like this, it's just going to turn itself face up because it wants to be the center of attention. Because look. That's all it takes is for that ace to just hop up like this. I know, that's super strange. Super strange. Look, I'm going to go ahead and take the ace of spades and place it face down again. And so I need it to be disciplined enough to obey me when I'm performing this trick, because I don't want a stray card flipping over during another trick, right? But look, it will just disregard me, and it's just going to go ahead and turn itself face up. I know, that's super strange. Now, even if I try and remove it from the frame, so here, I'm just going to go ahead and remove it up here. Actually, what's going to happen is it's going to find a way to jump down here because all the other cards have actually jumped to my other hand. And yeah, that, my friends, is why the Ace of Spades is the center of attention. What a douchebag. I was trying to keep a straight face with that last line delivery. I don't know if I did it, but thank you, Kylie, for the claps and emotes. Ferret Fawcett, Chan the Magic Man. Chan, thank you for the lurk. Gibson Lens, Ferret Fawcett's lol. Oh man. Anyway, thank you, Kylie, for the request. Charlie's Beats. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, Chan the Magic Man has requested Pink Floyd, which, if anybody didn't know, I was not fully happy with how I performed it last week. And so, this is a boss trick from last week. So, Chan the Magic Man, thank you kindly for the request. Greatly appreciate it. And let me see if I can pull it off this time without messing it up a little bit. I don't think I didn't reveal the secrets of magic, but there was just one part I was like, oh no, I was a little unhappy with how it went. So Pink Floyd is the barber on the Andy Griffin show. I'm not familiar. I did not watch much Andy Griffin show. The show that I did watch that starred Andy Griffin in it is Matlock. I watched a lot of Matlock. I really liked Matlock for some reason I think I was a teenage kid, like a young teenage kid. But I liked the theme song of Matlock, and then I watched a bunch of and I was like I was never really into law before that, and then I was like, oh, this is super interesting. The one thing that I feel like super unconventional is that like yo, Gibson Lens says my mother watched Matlock. Yeah, I watched Matlock, and the demographic of Matlock was like probably 5 times my age at the time when I started watching Matlock. I think I'm a lot older than you. Okay, I mean, that's fair. I'm an 80s baby, so that'll at least put some range. Yeah, she is that Simpsons stereotype. Yeah, I remember watching Matlock with my grandma. Man, I'm so glad people have had 70s here. Oh man, Ferret Fawcett, you've definitely got me beat. So that's definitely, you were definitely born before 80s. Not a competition. It's just a number. You know, if you're here on Twitch having fun, you're having fun. Doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, it kind of, because you got to be over 18 to legally be an adult and like purchase bits and things, and I think under a certain age you have offered extra protections, and it's like sketchy to share. Anyway, so we're all over. Okay, not we're all, but like those of us who have shared, we're over the threshold in which it is legally questionable. But I'm a 70s kid too. Oh, okay. She watched all those old crime mystery shows: Perry Mason, Columbo, Murder, She Wrote. Yeah. I remember all of those shows. I didn't watch all of them, but I'm aware of them. So, all right. So anyway, boss trick here. That's what the explanation of boss trick is. We're going to encounter the boss, and then assuming I do this well without messing it up, then I will have beaten the boss. So, but yeah. So I watched Matlock. My mother watched Murder, She Wrote. She liked that. I saw like a couple episodes of Columbo, wasn't really into it, and then I knew Perry Mason existed, but I didn't really watch it. So, yeah. All right. I actually got to see Matlock being filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's so cool. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So, every time I start this trick, this note seems to be very strange. To whom it may concern, these 4 jokers are haunted and will not indemnify themselves. A word of warning, do not place these jokers back to back. So, yeah, there's our note. Let's just take a look. We have four cards. Yeah, that definitely looks like 4 cards there. Okay. So, what do we have here? Let me go ahead and kind of blatantly disregard the note, and perhaps I will take one of the jokers and place it back to back with another joker. And actually, I didn't feel or hear anything, but I felt a strange sense of something's changing. Hey, something did change. How about this one? No? Okay. Not that one. Alright. So, here's one red-backed joker now. Okay, let me go ahead and do it again. So here's a joker, placing it back to back with this other joker. And let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. That changed to a red back joker too. How about this one? No, not that one. Okay, so how about so we have 2 jokers left. So we have these 2. Yeah, okay. So let me do a science experiment. Let me go ahead and place these 2 jokers face to face to see if anything changes. So if I go ahead and place them face to face. No, nothing. Nothing. Okay, so the note did only warn us about placing them back to back. So let me go ahead and place them back to back. But they're the last 2, so something strange is going to happen, perhaps. Aha! That's turned red. But wait, there's only 1 card, and if this is... Oh, that's red too! Okay, that's bizarre. That's strange. So what am I going to do with all of these red jokers now? So... that is weird. Okay. Hold on. Wait, we changed them from blue to red. What now? Now what happens if I place them back to back again, but with red backs? Like this. Are they going to stay red? No, it changes to blue. And how about this one? Okay, yes. Still blue. Actually, are they all blue? Yes, they're all blue. And that, my friends, is Pink Floyd. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the request. Chant the Magic Man, and importantly, I was happy with that performance. So that means we beat the boss. Thank you kindly for everybody being here for beating the boss. Man, boss tricks defeated, 47. That means I've had a lot of improvement this past year. So thank you very much for helping me keep my practice up. But yeah, so the topic came up again with me and some Magic friends, and the fact that I have a stream once a week keeps me in general practice. So I've kept a lot of magic tricks like up to snuff. Like I'm ready to perform them most times. So thank you for being here, everybody, and making this super fun. All right, let's see. Okay, next up we have a trick called Birds of a Feather, is requested by Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the request, Charlie. So let's see, normally I'll use some other cards, but I think let's go ahead and use, let's use some 5s, because I know Charlie has signed the 5 of Hearts. So let's go ahead and do that. let me, hang on, I just got to find these 5s. Okay, whew. And then the last couple of times that I did this, I did fumble a little bit. So let me just see and make sure that I don't fumble this time. Okay. Let's see. Tammy Makes Things says, that's why I'm streaming Magic almost every week, to keep myself accountable, to keep practicing and improving. Yeah, there's nothing like having a stream to say, oh, okay, this is where I have to check in and be like, I still remember the tricks I know how to do, and if I'm trying something new, this is where I'm trying something new. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, hello, welcome in, ChromaPunk. How's it going? I saw you come in during the trick, but I was in mid-pattern, and I was like, I didn't want to, like forget where I was in, because there's like multiple phases that are similar. So, but I saw you, ChromaPunk, but I remember I didn't say hi yet. So hi, ChromaPunk. How's it going? Welcome in. Farrah Fawcett sits with Gibson lens and watches Nam closely. Yes, please watch me closely. Hopefully you don't fall in love with my sexy face, and you're distracted from my hands, because that's where the magic happens. But I understand it's so difficult. Let's see. And if anybody didn't know, my Gibson lens with the bad hair spray already. Look at that. I am letting my hair grow longer again. So if anybody was looking forward to seeing me with long hair that I had last year, you'll see it again in a couple months. Actually, it might be decently long. I might be able to put it in a ponytail by the end of October. Maybe. It'll be short in the ponytail. But anyway. Seeker of Weird, thank you kindly for the request. I see it in the queue. Let's see here. And yeah, I'm glad you decided to come in and watch tonight. Ferret Fawcett, I'm glad you decided to come in too. So thanks for coming and hanging out. ChromaPunk, good to be here. Awesome, thanks. Just working on an Etsy order. Ah, cool. What do you? If I ask, what do you do on Etsy? If I may ask, I won't be streaming on Labor Day because I'll be out of town. But I'm trying to be as consistent as I possibly can. Yeah, I mean, so I've gotten to this point where I just stream for fun, and I'm using this just a place to hang out with people, keep my magic sharp. And I do want to stream other things. I just don't have time, and I told myself not to stress out too much about streaming, because like right now I still have a 40-hour per week job, and that's like my main income. And so I'm not like doing Twitch to support myself or anything. So no pressure. So I tell myself when I start stream, it's like don't be too hard on myself if I have to delay it or I have to cancel or something. I'm trying to be pretty consistent, but sometimes it happens. Oftentimes I think when I cancel, I know about it like ahead of time, so I tell people usually the stream before. But yeah, that's a new one. Hands being where the magic happens. Whoa. Hold on, wait. Did that look horrible? That probably looked horrible. I'm a leather worker. Oh, that's sweet. Bestseller right now are leather covers for pilot logbooks. Nice. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah. You T-Cards, welcome in. How's it going, T-Cards? You going to TwitchCon? T-Cards, the answer is yes. Yes, not only am I going to TwitchCon, but the announcement is I have content at TwitchCon. So, my mods and I will be hosting an interactive workshop for performance magic. So that is the yeah. So that's the announcement. Woo! I'm not, but happy for you. Thank you kindly, T-Cards. Greatly appreciate it. If anybody didn't know, T-Cards is another magician on Twitch. I don't think has a regular magic schedule, but has performed professionally before. So that's yeah. Tammy Makes Things says, I want to finally make affiliate, but that's mainly so Twitch will stop nagging me about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Getting to affiliate has some cool benefits, and I think the fun parts are like redeems and emotes, and it's just like they're just fun little things. But also to give people the option if they want to support you, like that's really cool. Like, right? Like, I don't expect anybody to ever support me, but if you do, that's awesome and that helps. And honestly, a lot of it, if not all of it, just goes back into Twitch, or lately some uh, charitable events. So yeah, I've T Cards has dived into the world of busking. That's cool, and I have been busy with that lately. So yeah, likewise. Sure, but other than Twitch nagging me about it, I'm not putting any pressure on myself. Yeah, yeah. Don't pressure yourself unless it's like something that's really important, right? Like, if you need Twitch to survive, that's, sure, you can put pressure on yourself. But if you don't need Twitch to survive, then it's okay. Take your time. You can still make affiliate. It's not hard because if you just have like a community or two supporting you, like you can meet the requirements pretty easily. And I know Tammy makes things. You are part of the Magic community, so just throw in a bunch of discords. Hey, I'm streaming, and then people, even if they can't like hang out, like if I see a message, I could probably just lurk, even if I can't interact or hang out. So I'm blessed to have subscribers. Chroma Punk, that's good news. That's awesome. Mike 2600, welcome in. Howdy Nam in chat. FYI, Mike 2600, another magician, also doesn't have a regular schedule, but has streamed Magic on Twitch, and actually did so recently. Last week, Mike 2600 had a Magic for Maui Twitch stream, in which he raised over $500 for Maui. So, and that was great. And we rated in from InfoXR stream. So, let me also shout out Mike 2600. If you're not following, please give Mike 2600 a follow. And also, let me shout out T Cards. If you're not following them, please give them a follow. Other magicians on Twitch. So, Mike 26. Yeah, it was a great stream. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thank you for hosting. I'm sorry I forgot about it and I didn't tune in earlier, but I made it. And so, yeah, there we go. Ferret Faucet took me over 2 years to make affiliate, but lol, about 30 days once I really pushed hard to do it. Yeah, if you just try. Ferret Faucet, am I following you? No. Okay, first of all, I'm going to follow you. And then next, we're going to shout you out, Ferret Faucet. And stream variety games. All right. And depending on what you play. Okay, all right. Hold on. I think we have a who is. Okay, that's the same thing. All right. I'm just a gamer. No, that's okay. Here's the thing. People who stream, even if you just stream games, it's like, it takes a lot of effort to put yourself out there on the internet, All right. Anyway, Charlie's Bees has been waiting for this trick forever, so I know we've just been talking a lot. I've been chatting out a ton of people, but okay, I'm gonna do this trick, and then we chat some more, and then we do another trick for Secret Weird. Okay, so all right, we have a trick. Normally, I'll do this trick with like some other cards, but we're gonna use the fives because Charlie's Beats requested this. So first things first, I'm gonna introduce you to all of them. We have the 5 of hearts. We have the 5 of spades. We have the 5 of diamonds. And of course, we have the 5 of clubs. Now, here's the thing. I think I may have already messed this trick up. So hold on. Let me jump back up here, and we're probably going to have to start over. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's try that again. Community is community, and I've met so many cool people on and through Twitch. Me too, Tammy makes things. Yeah. Me too, Ferret Faucet says. I was reading that, but also I mean that sentiment in addition. Let me mulligan so that we get that count in there. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's try that again. Okay. Normally I do this with the five with the. What do I normally do this with? The aces, not the fives. I think that messed me up more than anything else. So, all right. First things first. We have the 4 5s. So we have the 5 of hearts, the 5 of spades, the 5 of diamonds, the 5 of clubs. Now, with these 4 5s, I'm going to use them to do something interesting. If you were here, I would have you cut the deck. Right now, if you were here, I would have you cut about 3/4 of the deck and place it over here. So I will simulate that. I'm sorry, I don't talk English good. I'm Asian, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. But you could have cut, a little bit more, a little bit less. That's okay, because we'll fix everything with magic later. Now, if you were here, I would ask you to cut about 2/3 of this packet and place it here. So let's say you cut it there. Once again, you can cut it, anywhere. It would be a few cards more, a few cards less. Doesn't really matter. And then this last one, I would ask you to cut half of the packet from here down here. And let's say you did that here. Once again, doesn't have to be perfect. It could be a little bit here, a little bit there. Ferret Fawcett is actually laughing with the emote. Actually, if you didn't know, the 4 halves of Magic Twitch, we're not very diverse. We need more people to perform Magic, which is why we really need Tammy to get more of a regular schedule. Because right now, the 4 halves of Magic Twitch, we're all men, and we're all Asian. And not only that, if we include T cards in that, also male and Asian. And then so yeah, we need some diversity in Magic Twitch. All right, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and mark each one of the places in which we're conceptually cut to with one of the 5s. So we're going to go ahead and place a 5 there, and then we're going to go ahead and place another 5 over there, and then we're going to go ahead and place another 5 over here, and then we're going to go ahead and place the last 5 right here. Now, for anybody who has not been to stream for either a very long time or ever, and you haven't found the true magical talent that is here, that is not me. I don't have any magical talent, but all of my magical powers come from this true magical talent right here, the Deck Sock. FYI, if anybody has the emotes, go ahead and spam them right now. Thank you kindly, Charlie's Beats. Your back must be tired for carrying the Magic Card Twitch community. I mean, I'm not carrying anybody. Everybody's doing stuff for themselves, but I hope that by me introducing the Magic community to everybody, that we can just increase viewership for all of Magic Twitch. If nothing else, to get a real category, because right now, if you all see the category that I'm streaming under, it's Magician. It's one that we stole because it's actually an old NES game that's utterly terrible. And so I would, music gets its own, and that's a performance art. Why can't Magic have its own, right? That's not Magic the Gathering. Like, anyway, thank you kindly for all of the Deck Sock emotes. So, yes, that's why I aspire to be the 5th half of Magic Twitch. So it'd bring a little non-male, non-Asian flavor to the group, yes. Not that there's anything wrong with Asian dudes. Yes, that's true. Thank you. But yes, yeah, we welcome you. Obviously we welcome everybody, but yeah, especially knowing that you are already in Infozar's Magic chat and like starting to perform. It's really cool. So thanks for coming aboard. All right, so the Deck Sock is now going to do some magic. So we just marked each one of the cuts with a 5. But look, if I just go ahead and I touch each one of the piles with the Deck Sock and then touch down here, it has actually made all of the 5s jump from all of the piles down here. If you don't believe me, that's okay. I'm going to show you that all the 5s have indeed jumped down here, because look, 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 5 of hearts, signed by our buddy Charlie's Beats that requested this trick, and 5 of spades. Now, the next thing is, would you not believe that I could use the sock to once again touch all of the piles, and actually, would it not be super impressive that you cut to each one of the same cards? Because without the magical sock, there would be no explanation except that you would cut. Although I did just touch all of the piles with the magical sock. Because if I show you, look, you just cut to a Jack of diamonds over here, a Jack of clubs over here, a Jack of hearts over here, and a Jack of spades over here. And yeah, what are the odds? And that, my friends, is birds of a feather. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the request, Charlie's Beats, and hopefully you enjoyed that. And sorry for the random digressions, but yeah, chat's super active today. Thank you for having chat be active today, because I like chatting. It'll also keep my mind sharp, because I'm like, ooh, I'm in the middle of a trick, jump to the and then jump back. Anyway, thank you kindly for those applause, Chromapunk, Ferret Fawcett, and thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, Seeker of Weird. Yeah. Tammy makes things. Mind blown. Sorry, hopefully that mind blown sound effect was not too disgusting. My apologies to anybody who did find it disgusting. All right, and then let's see. I would suggest still using the just chatting category or art. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to like. So there's times in which I imagine I would want to actually be just chatting, and I don't want to mix up magic with that. Like I want to indicate to people that I'm doing magic night versus I'm just chatting. I suppose I could use art, but then I would mix it up with other art. I don't know. I think it's unfair. Music gets its own, and magic doesn't get its own. But from the other side, from Twitch's side, like it may make sense. So I'm a software engineer, so I kind of understand reasons why you wouldn't want to have a brand new category that is effectively dead. Like you don't want to have like old dead games there, but there are. But like you don't want to have like a category where people know that it exists and then they're starting to look for it and then they never find anything in it. It's kind of like disheartening, or it looks like a ghost town. So it's like I don't know. But hopefully my argument for getting more people to perform magic will help with that argument. So that's anyway. Cool. So that is yeah. And if anybody missed it, new command TwitchCon. We're officially on the schedule. Check it out. So yes, we will be at TwitchCon and providing content. Okay, let's see. Next up, Seeker of Weird has requested illogical conclusion. Let me go ahead and set up for that. Let's see, we're going to need to let me find some cards really quick. Let's see. I forgot how I set this up. Let me see. Okay, I think I remember now. Sorry, I'm just trying to reach through the depths of my memory. Man, this is getting hard with signed cards. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change up some of the cards that I'm using for this. Okay. We're just going to hope it works. So normally, using cards that are like black spot cards or red spot cards or black face cards, these are like the things that we will decide when we're doing a trick. The ultimate advantage would be using like cards that are identical, but I don't think we want to do that. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, guys. Let's see. I aspire to a future where Magic Twitch has 7,000 halves. Oh my God, 7,000 halves of Magic Twitch would be nuts. But yes, that would be amazing. Chan, thank you for the unlurk. Welcome back. Ferret Fawcett says, everything just takes time to build, Tammy. I'll support what I can by coming to watch. Thank you so much, Ferret Fawcett. So yeah, even if you don't actually actively watch, because I understand, like, here's the great thing about music streams, right? You can actually listen to music streams and not have to watch, and that's kind of oftentimes how I'm consuming music streams. But video game streams, unless you're there to just hang out with the person and just listen to what they say, like you're oftentimes watching the video game. And like Magic is more like the video games in which you want to actively watch, right? Because like, you know, unless you're here to hang out with me, which great, thank you for being here and you want to hear what I have to say and chat about. But if you also want to enjoy the Magic, that's great too, but you actually have to actively focus, right? So it's kind of a harder sell because it's more like attention on your time. But it helps right now if you just honestly lurk and just have like your user have the tab open. So like even if I can't, so like oftentimes Infozar, Jack, the first half of Magic Twitch, he streams 3 times a week. I can't make them all, but I open a tab just so that I'm like in there. I'm collecting channel points. I have 50 bajillion channel points for his channel, but can't always actually actively be there. So, all right. So we have the next trick is illogical conclusion, as requested by Seeker of Weird. Seeker of Weird, thank you kindly for the request, and thank you kindly for being here. I have 2 piles, and each of these piles have 4 cards in them. Okay, but I'm not going to show you any of the cards in this pile, but I will show you all of the cards in this pile. Who is the first half? Oh, the first half is Infozar. Here, I'll go ahead and shout out Jack again. But yeah, InfoXR, he was the first half. He's been doing this longer, and he has a regular Magic stream and three streams a week. So, but I will show you all the cards in this pile. So these are all black spot cards. So as I was saying before, we're just trying to. At the end, I want you to guess what the collection of all of the cards are. All of the cards black spot cards? Are there black face cards? Are there red face cards? Face cards being like the Jack, Queen, and the King, or something else. Okay, but I'm going to make it fair. So I'm going to give some opportunities to see what these cards are by swapping some and then counting through these cards again. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it. I'm going to swap 1 card. So here's 1. And we're going to go ahead and count through these cards again. Okay. And now we're going to swap 2 cards. Ferret faucet, it's not working. What's not working? So hopefully you were able to catch some new cards that time. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, especially those of you who've seen this trick before. And then last, we're going to swap 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, not last. There's one more swap after this. But I'm going to show you cards here. Oh, the shout out for the first half. Oh yeah, shout outs. No, I did an exclamation point Jack. Oh, did you not see an announcement? So I'm going to go ahead and swap 1 more card, like so. And here we should see, there we go. Now, important question. How many cards of each type did you see? Did you see all black spot cards? Did you see some red spot cards, red face cards, black face cards? Let me know that. I won't break away. I'm going to move my keyboard over here just so I can respond to this info. Oh, yeah, thanks for copying and pasting that. ChromaPunk, greatly appreciate it. So, yeah. Let me see if the, does the shout out work? Info, oh, wait, yeah, he's not here. Info XZAR. Okay. All right, one of those should hopefully you should be able to see. But yeah, he's considered, we consider him the first half of Magic Twitch. So, anyway, thank you. Okay, so anybody have any guesses what these are? If anybody guessed anything that was like a normal card, you know, that'd be a great guess, and that would make a lot of sense, right? But at the end of the day, I think I just have to show you that, and hold on, order matters here. These are actually cards that say something completely different. They say, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, so here's my number, so call me maybe. And that, my friends, is the illogical conclusion that is this trick. What? There's Charlie's Beats with the call me maybe Chris M. Yee emotes. And welcome in, Silent Bunny. How's it going? All right. Let's see here. Silent Bunny says, I was not expecting that. I mean, you came in, I think, mid-trick, and so you didn't see any of the setup before, but yeah. That. So anyway, Seeker of Weird, thank you kindly for the request. Hopefully you enjoyed that and found that it was funny. For anybody else who caught that, I hope you guys were amused. But yes, so let me see here. I gotta post my call me maybe emotes because Secret Weird doing the Han Potter hottie claps and the lol. Thank you kindly for the claps and emotes. Charlie's Beats, Silent Bunny, Chan the Magic Man, Seeker of Weird. Thanks. I shared with my little bro. It helped me stay awake. Oh, nice. That's so cool. Yeah, don't feel obligated to say if you're tired and you got to go to sleep. I mean, I know that typical culture nowadays, nobody wants to sleep. They want to stay up and do things, but very important to take care of yourselves. So I won't feel bad. My VODs are always up, and all my VODs end up going to my YouTube anyway. Which, by the way, if anybody cares, here's my YouTube. If anybody wants to check out any of my old VODs and / or any of the magic videos that I've put up like one a week for over a year, and then I put up one every day for 100 days at the beginning of last year. So there's a lot of magic content. Welcome in, Kisogo. How's it going? By the way, hi. Thank you kindly, Kisogo. So, let's see. First of all, I did see a couple people hop in, and let's go ahead and shout them out. So first of all, let's shout out our friend Silent Bunny. If you're not following Silent Bunny, please give Silent Bunny a follow. Silent Bunny plays a bunch of games. I actually came in and caught Silent Bunny playing Legend of Zelda. So, yeah, speedrunning it. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I watch a lot of Games Done Quick years ago. I still watch it now, but not as much as I used to. But it's really cool, and it's fun to hang out. So thank you for yeah, you're welcome. No problem. And then also, if you are not following our friend Kisogo Plays, please give our friend... Kisogo just gifted 5 gift subs! Kisogo, what are you doing? Thank you kindly. Checking the gaff meter. Thank you kindly so much for the prime... You can't see me. You can see my hands kind of, maybe. Hold on. Hello, how's it? Welcome. Hi Nam. I did nothing. You have no proof, Kisogo. So yeah, if you're not following our friend Kisogo Plays, please give Kisogo a follow. So I originally found Kisogo because productivity streams, but I ended up Okay, I'm going to keep the hype up. I still have at least 4 minutes to fill. So, okay, here we have red face cards and black spot cards. Now, you would never mix up black spot cards with red face cards, right? So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and intermix them right here, like so. So black, red. Okay, let's do it again. Here we go. Black, red. Okay, black, red, black, red. And now if I close all that up, it just takes 1 second, and then all of those cards, they're going to separate. Because look, if I show you at the bottom, the black spot cards are at the bottom, and then the red face cards are at the top. But if you don't believe me, here's all of our red face cards at the top. And all the black spot cards are here at the bottom. Right? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so now, here's the thing. I know you're probably unimpressed, but that's okay. I'm trying to do speedrun magic. Okay, all right. Now, you may not be impressed, but that's okay. We'll do it again. But last time I started with black, and that was the one that sunk down to the bottom. So perhaps maybe we don't start with black this time. Perhaps we start with red this time. So here we go. Red, black, red, black, red. Speed this up a little. Black, red, black. And if we just wait, they'll separate by themselves. No, I lied. I'm going to do it. Haha! Look, they've separated. Would you believe that they've now separated by color as well? Because last time we checked, but we started with red this time, so this should be red if you are following logic. But actually, if we follow the magic trick, the black should have sunken down to the bottom, so that should be black, and this should be red. This should be black. This should be red. This should be black. This should be red. This should be black. This should be red. Oh my god, and that's why I want water. Holy crap, what the hell is going on? Kasuko, why are you giving me so many gift subs? Oh my god, thank you so much for shattering the hype train. What is going on here? Oh my god. Yeah, so what is happening? I'm trying to speed run magic tricks, and we have so many things going on, and I'm just trying to keep the hype. And so here we are. Okay, so here's something else I'm going to do. Magic speedrun, yeah. Thank you so much. Oh my god, we hit. I'm gonna have to go back and thank everybody at the moment. So, okay, so right here I have 4 queens. We're gonna put them over here, and they will help us in a moment. And now we just need a card selected. So it doesn't really matter which one it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and run through the cards like this. And then actually, the card that we stop at, let's say the Joker that's signed by Panda Volta. Normally Jokers might be identical to the other Joker, but these are all signed, so this one is Panda Volta Joker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Panda Volta Joker and place that here. And then what we're going to do is I'm now going to use the queens to help me out. So look, I'm going to go ahead and place the queens face down over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do just a few hand waves. Okay, ready? 1, 2, and actually 1, 2, 3. And actually, if you didn't notice, all 4 of those cards turn into 1 card. And if I fan this where that 1 Joker was, that actually becomes 4 cards. And so the 1 Joker that was over there is now over here, because this is the signed Panda Volta Joker. And the 4 cards that were over here are now over there. And if we take a look, these are actually the 4 queens that were helping us. That disappeared. Amazing, right? That's super crazy. That's super weird. I've never done this fast before. Okay, let's go ahead and do something with the Panda Volta Joker and the 4 queens. So if I go ahead and I... hold on, what am I doing here? Okay, 4 queens and a Joker. Okay, all right. So, all right. If I go ahead and I take the Joker and I place the Joker off to the side, like over here, right there. Okay, right. So take that, and then what we're going to do is... I'm going to show you that, oh yeah, so these are all of the queens, right? So if I go ahead and I just do a couple bounces, right? So 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you noticed, but the 4 cards over here actually are now just 1 card. And actually the card that's over here, there are actually 4 cards over here now. So this 1 card, we took the Joker and placed it face down over here, right? But actually that 1 card now is over here. This is the Joker that's signed by Panda Volta, and then the 4 cards that are over here, that was the 1 card, are the 4 queens. What is going on here? How long for the hype train? The hype train is still... Okay, 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away. Okay. All right, let me... What the heck is going on here? Chromopunk, thank you so much for the gift subs. Okay, all right. So, let me do something else. Okay, so this is kind of a new handling of an existing trick. Okay, so go ahead and pick a card, any card. Oh, I should probably wait for some emotes to clear the screen. I mean, those emotes are totally my cover for distraction. Yes. All right. Sorry if I sound like Papyrus. By the way, props if you understand that reference. Okay, so we're gonna need to know what this card is, and I can let me just flip it over. Doesn't matter what I know it is. It's the 5 of Hearts signed by Charlie's Beats. Charlie, how the hell do you get back into all these tricks? Charlie, are you the center of attention for today? Is that it? Okay, so but look, if I'm just gonna go ahead and have Charlie's Beats put the card back into the deck like so, like this. Okay, so there we go. But what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and Charlie's Beats got the smile. Yes, Charlie's Beats got the smile. What we're going to do is show you that here is the deck, and that card has magically turned itself around. Or did the deck turn around Charlie's Beats? So here's the thing. 1 minute left. Okay, great. And then I'm going to have to go back and thank everybody in a minute. Okay, hold on. All right, what was our selected card? It was Charlie's Beats 5 of Hearts, right? Here it is. Okay, so that's okay. The second phase of this trick is where the impressive stuff happens. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it back. And some people think they may know how this trick is done. So if I go ahead and I just take it, and I'm going to place the face down 5 of Hearts into the face down deck this time. So no funny business, right? Some people think I might be retaining it on the top of the deck, but I'm just going to show you that that's not the case. This is some other card. This is a 6 of Spades. So, but actually, if I go ahead and I show you, hold on, let me remember this handling. Oh, okay. So yeah. So if I go ahead and I show you, if I run through, we might be able to see it in here somewhere. But actually, you just saw that all those cards are face up, right? Let me just go ahead and snap. And actually, one card turns and faces in the opposite direction. It's actually this one, and this happens to be our friend Charlie's Beats 5 of Hearts. There we are. Whew! And that is the conclusion. Did we just destroy a hype train record? Thank you so much, everybody. Holy crap. All right, so let me go back. I have to go back to like the beginning. Chat scrolled a lot. I'm so sorry for all the things that I missed. So I'm just gonna go back, and we're just gonna thank everybody because so thank you so much for the support. And that hype train. It felt hype. If I was wearing something that showed my heartbeat on stream, that it probably would have been elevated. So. Okay, alright, so thank you kindly to Umbran Crow, welcome in, and thank you kindly for the applause. I think I saw your name, but I was busy being hype and doing tricks really fast, so. Okay, alright, Kisogo Plays, thank you so much for the initial 5 gift subs. So you happen to hit Ames Andrew, Tarp3, Well Programmed Bot, Young Sauce God, and Fire Music. Thank you so much for those gift subs. And then Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Greatly appreciate it. With the hype, yeah, Magic Speedrun, let's go, says Chroma Punk. Kisoko Places, don't follow me, it's nothing but chaos and degeneracy. FYI, if you like talking about whatever topics, it's like you're talking to your bartender. Kisoko is the bartender, so, you know, that's the best I can describe. Alright, let's see. Yeah, Magic Speedrun. Oh my god, thank you so much for all the hype emotes. Seeker of Weird, Silent, Bunny, Kisogo. Thank you kindly for the 100 bits, Tammy. Tammy makes things. Let's see. If he gets 10 tricks, I'm gonna gift more. F it. I don't think I did 10, but I definitely did like 6, I think. I'd have to go back and count. What? I'm assuming that was in reaction to Silent Bunny said, what? In reaction to some trick, probably. I don't know which one, but... Is this number 2? Someone help me keep count! This has got to be 3. The Trek Nerd. First of all, welcome in the Trek Nerd. Simple but expertly done. Thank you kindly. Yes. Yeah, when I don't know what to do, there's one trick that I can always default to. It's almost like I'm certain I can do the ambitious card trick drunk, because I've done it so many times and I'm so familiar with it, and like that's the one that I've rehearsed the most. So like by default, I can just do it. But yeah, most other tricks, anything that I have to think about a little bit, I probably can't do as quickly. But like, yeah. So, but oh my god, Secret of Weird, thank you for so many emotes. Wow, look at all that hype. OMG, WTF is happening? Magic. Okay, that's 5. Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the 2 tier 1 subs to Jazzy VTV and Kiki 9142. My card, yes, your card. Ferret Fawcett just has ellipsis. 7-8 Gibson Lens has the glorious emotes. Thank you for the glorious emotes. If anybody didn't know, the glorious emotes are my face. It's also my channel image. So, and Ferret Fawcett's doing the dance, corgi dance, and Silent Bunny is doing the unfocused IA dance. By the way, the unfocused in IA dance is like one of my favorite dance, if not my favorite dance emote in all of Twitch. Obi-Wan, welcome in. Hype, thank you kindly for jumping in, Obi-Wan. So, how's it go? Epic train, yes. We were in a hype train. Did we shatter a record? I think we broke a record. I'm humbled by the generosity, everybody. Thank you so much. Let's see. The Trek Nerd says, at least 9. Ferret Fawcett has more mind. That's 10. F it. Says Kasogo. 5 more. Thank you kindly for the 5 more gift subs. So Meow House, Silent Bunny, KenR1, C1NRB, and Obi-Wan all got a gift sub. Thank you so much, Kasogo. Magic Speedrun. More glorious. More emotes. Thank you. Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going, Mark Rides? How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well, Mark Rides. Welcome, new sub friends. Glad to have you aboard. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Kisogo, for all the gift subs, and thank you so much. Kisogo, if you would like to request a trick, I would be more than happy to perform a trick for you. And also Charlie's Beats, if you would like to request... oh, actually, there's one in the queue for Charlie, so I'll do that one momentarily. But, yeah. Chromopunk, thank you kindly for the gift sub to Ferret Fawcett. Chromopunk, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. I love to perform tricks for you guys, so let me know. If we complete level 4, he has to keep speedrunning. I mean, I speedrun until the train's up, even if the music's over. But so yeah, thank you for the sub. Hi, welcome in, Umrin Crow. Sorry, I'm just catching up with chat. Thank you kindly for all the emotes. 1 minute left. One more sub. Anyone? Choo choo. GG's everyone. Y'all amazing. I couldn't have said it better myself. Y'all amazing. So thank you. Thank you all. Let's see. So you are so are you, Kisogo. You are amazing too. Yes, Kisogo, you are amazing. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you so much for my sub, friend. Damn, I missed the raining subs. I'm good with whatevs. Kisogo is the most chill stream ever. Sometimes. Yeah. Oh, Ferret Fawcett, you're using the love emote. Yeah. So if anybody hovers over those 4 cards that look like they're the ace through 4 of hearts, it's actually love, LOVE. So, and Gramps 1958. Why do I have a pointer on your stream? So if you are, if you are on stream over the image, if I have the heat map turned on, which I do now, I didn't a second ago. If you click directly on the screen, it'll leave a heat map. So what I use that for is if anybody wants to pick a card, I spread, and then if you click directly on the screen, you can actually point out which card it happens to be. So there's a couple people using their heat maps now, and that's so I'll use it for selecting a card. I'll use it for like asking people some questions like, where do you think this card is, or things like that. Yeah, so I'll request you teach me a trick off stream, of course. Oh, yeah, Chromopunk, I know that you're into magic and you're learning, so I'm down for workshopping with you or like teaching you something. So let me know. Thank you, Crazy Asian. Glad to be here. Yeah, Kisogo is really amazing. Yep, I agree. I refuse to let Kisogo have a chill stream. I mean, I don't know. They're mostly chill and they're fun. Kisogo has requested Fantastic Four. OMG. Okay, so we'll have to do that. So all right, we got Charlie's Beats, we got Kisogo. Okay, let me eat all these heat maps first, and then we'll start doing some more tricks. Delicious. Oh, and I need to hydrate because I was talking really fast for that. Okay, and this is classic Revolver, so we're just going to go ahead and do the regular version. It is a little bit less annoying than the 6-card version, even though I'm really proud of the 6-card version, but yeah, it is a little bit long. I do agree. Okay. And then let me see here. What do I want to do with this? Thank you kindly for the follow. Iro Honline. Iro Honline. So if anybody's ever watched Initial D, Iro Honline reminds me of Iro Hazaka and looking for Uncle Iro. I don't know. And Line reminds me of that because it's finding the perfect line. If anybody doesn't know, Initial D is a street racing anime. I like it. Okay, I want to see the 6-card version now. Okay, Mark Rides, if you would like to request the Revolver fully loaded, I'll do that one after Fantastic Four, after Kisogo plays. So yeah. All right, here we go. Here's the classic version of Revolver. So this card trick is going to use the Ace, the 2, the 3, and the 4. So of spades. And what we're going to do is simulate shooting all of the bullets by saying bang. And actually, the bullet will appear to be shot because it will be face down. Iro Online. Oh, Iro Online. Sorry, I should have read that. Love Initial D. Great, excellent, thank you. Kisogo play Initial D. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys love Initial D, me too. Especially the music. So you'll see that the ace has turned itself face down. Now we're going to shoot the second bullet. Bang. And if you follow along, the 2 will now be face down, because if I show you, there's the 2 face down. And now we're going to go ahead and shoot our third bullet. Bang. And actually, you'll see that the third bullet has been shot, and it's the third card face down. And now we're going to go ahead and shoot the fourth bullet. Bang. And we have the Ace 2, 3, and then here's the 4 that's now face down. So there's the 4. Now, what you may or may not realize, if I was to ask you what color the backs were, what color would you say the backs were? I think a lot of people would probably say blue, right? Because that's the colored backs when you saw when the bullets got shot. Now, here's the thing. When I made the card flip face down, that wasn't the trick. The trick actually happens right here. Because none of the cards were actually blue. All of them were red the entire time. And that, my friends, is Revolver. Classic version. Oh my god, it was such a treat to do magic at a regular speed. Whew. Thank you so much for the claps and the whats. Chan the Magic Man, Chroma Punk, Charlie's Beats, Silent Bunny, Chan, Umran Crow, Iro Online. Thank you so much for the claps. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for that request and the support today, Charlie's Beats. Okay, next up we have Fantastic Four. Okay, so this is a trick that actually I did once a long time ago. I might have done it maybe twice on stream, but it was not officially on my list until actually Mark Rides jumped into chat not too long ago, requested it, I guess, because he remembered, and I was so flattered. And I decided to literally after I performed it, I added it to the trick list right then because this is like the only trick that I feel like I've fully fleshed out and that I really liked and enjoyed. And so for anybody who doesn't know the history of this, there are magic tricks. They're called like Fantastic Four or Fabulous Four, but it's usually done with like four of a kind, like four aces or something. But they do the same thing. But like if you're expecting it to be like the Marvel Fantastic Four, they don't reflect that. And I put this together to hopefully, you know, fix that concern. Because if you like the Fantastic Four, this trick is basically for you. So, okay, let me just remember. I think I just have to check one thing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah, all right. So this is the Marvel Fantastic Four. Okay, so I have a packet of cards here, and I don't want you to think of this packet of cards as just a packet of cards. Flame on, Markeride says. Yes, thank you. So this packet of cards is actually the starship in which all of our characters are going to be going up. There are 4 characters going up in the spaceship, and they are Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. Now, what we have here is the 2 of clubs. Now, this spaceship happens to go through an anomaly, and all of them start exhibiting strange behaviors. And if you know what all of their powers are, you may really get to know, maybe predict this trick. So look, Mr. Fantastic, also known as Reed Richards, he can start to stretch himself. And actually how he's going to do this is, if I just show you, if we just get him just to stretch out a little bit, it actually becomes very easy to stretch him out a lot. Because look, if I start pulling him here, and I start pulling him here, you'll start to see that Reed Richards is very flexible, and you can pull and stretch, and after a while, he can hold his shape for a little bit, so he can hold his shape just for a little bit, but he can't hold it indefinitely, so he's going to have to snap back into place after a while. And so that, my friends, is the power that Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, the power that he gets. Okay, now let me go ahead and place that off to the side there. Now we have the Queen of Hearts, which is going to represent our friends Sue Storm. So if you are familiar with Sue Storm, she has the power to make herself invisible. And so here's the thing with Sue Storm. If I tell her, hey, turn invisible, she's not going to be able to do it herself. She can. She just doesn't want to, right? That's just her attitude. But she will turn invisible when she deems it, when she deems that it is appropriate. And so, if you can tell, she has turned herself invisible. Ferret Fawcett says, "Familiar to me. It's clobbering time. Okay, I suck, but I got to go to sleep, dudes. Night." Umber Crow, thank you for stopping in. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. And so, yeah. Now, if I tell the Invisible Woman to come back, she's not really going to do it unless she wants to, right? So she'll come back when she wants to. All right, and that, my friends, is the Invisible Woman, also known as Sue Storm. Next, we have Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm is going to be represented by... Oh, no, sorry. No, next is Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm is known as the Thing, and he is very strong. Now, you might not be able to tell, but this card is way stronger than every other card. If I just take any old Joe Schmo, like this Joker, and I try and place this phone on it, so my phone's pretty hefty, it cannot hold the phone. When you say hold the phone, it can't hold the phone. But if I go ahead and I take this, the 8 of Diamonds representing Ben Grimm will be able to hold the phone without any problem. Like so. And that is what happened to Ben Grimm, the Thing. Very strong. And then finally we have our friend Johnny Storm. So we're going to represent Johnny with the 7 of Spades. Now the 7 of Spades, it's black, but when Johnny Storm decides to become the Human Torch, he says flame on. Flame on. And actually he turns bright red. And so he's basically on fire now. But actually when he when the flame goes out, he becomes very smoky, and so that is what happens to Johnny Storm after he's been fiery. So yeah, that is what happened to all 4 of our friends that flew up on the spaceship, and they were like, "We have all these newfound powers. What can we use them for?" Well, they decided to become the Fantastic Four. And that, my friends, is the Fantastic Four Marvel-style card trick. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause. Chroma Punk, Kisogo Plays, Ero Online, Meow House, Chan the Magic Man. Let's see. And so let me see some of those comments. Yeah, I'm racking out my brain trying to figure out why the name Oz Perlman is. I'm racking my brain trying to figure out who Oz Perlman is familiar to me. That's what I meant to say. Oh, okay. Yeah, so funny thing, when you read that name, it looks like Oz Perlman, but actually if you listen to anything, his name's pronounced Oz Perlman, so if anybody cares. But as far as I know, magician that has developed tricks, so I don't know him in any other capacity. He may have some other famousness, but I'm unaware. So yeah, all of his shit is mind-blowing to me. I can't be around this level of black magic. No, Kisogo, I tell everybody I don't practice black magic or sorcery. Everything is sleight of hand card magic. That's what it is. Sleight of hand card magic. So that's what it is. So don't be intimidated, anybody. Just don't be intimidated. All right, and thank you kindly for the claps, Mark Rides. All right. Okay. Whew. So let's see here. Let me clean this up, and then I will clear for the next trick, whatever it may be. Black magic. Black magic. Black magic. Black magic. Black magic. Sorry, did I get the echo okay, or is that horrible? That was probably horrible. Sleight of hand. You're more like a rogue than a wizard. Yes, correct. That would be it. Yeah, I'm more like a rogue than a wizard, technically. So here's the thing. When I was growing up, I never really liked the rogue, and I never really understood the rogue. And to be fair, I was never like the warrior types anyway. And I always thought I would be more like a wizard, but as I grew up, I realized that none of my skills translate to wizardry, really. So, and I became more associated with being a rogue, personally. Like, I never thought I'd feel comfortable in bars and being in those awkward situations. As it turns out, I'm very comfortable in bars and social interactions. I could distract, or I could also be very quiet. I could be stealthy if I wanted. Just ask my wife. She gets scared if I walk around the corner. It's like, I didn't hear you, and I'm like, I wasn't even trying to be quiet. Like, I learned how to pick locks, so I can pick locks. Not every lock. I can pick some locks. It just depends. I'm not very skilled, but I learned how to do it. So yeah, Chroma Punk says, lifelong bard here. Yeah, I think the other one I probably personally identify as a bard, but I don't think I'm bard-like most of the time. Actually, unless you count using magic to entertain, I'm not really singing all the time, but I'll take you to a bar, lol, says Kisogo. All right. Hey, yeah, Kisogo, we'll hang out at TwitchCon, so yeah, for sure. Silent Bunny's got the lol. Anybody who's subbed, by the way, if you like the lol, I like my lol because it's a picture of my face, but feel free to use it if you're subbed now, because I know some people just got subs. Not all bards need to be singers, musicians. Okay, all right. Yeah, so some people told me that if I was to be a house in Harry Potter, I'd be Hufflepuff. That is a better lull. Oh, thanks. So I tried to emulate uh, this lull with the other lull. So I tried to do that on stream, and then what happened was a viewer here. If anybody's familiar with iMuni, if anybody's in the music Twitch, you might have come across iMuni. Made my face as an emote from a screenshot. So that I actually made that face on stream at one point, trying to match the other one. Yeah, I finally got another stream. Black Rose, welcome back. How's it going? Welcome in. FYI, the trick queue is empty, but I think we're gonna go ahead and put in a trick for Mark rides. I believe we were going to do Revolver Reloaded or Fully Loaded because that's the one. Oh, and Mark rides is also doing a random one. Okay. Black Rose says, went to a wedding and I'm burnt out but relaxing. Oh yeah, well hopefully this is a great place to relax. Nah, it's fine. Oh, okay, all right. I'll do 3 travelers and then we can do. So the thing is, if you know the end of Revolver, you're gonna know the end of Revolver Reloaded. So here's the thing. It's basically the same plot, but it would only be more interesting to magicians because the handling is a lot different for 6 cards versus the 4 cards. And so that's the only thing. But to people who are not into Magic, I don't think you'll really get much out of it. And to a lot of people who saw the first one, would be like repetitive. So yeah, I'll just do the random one, and we'll save Revolver Fully Loaded for another time, so we can do that. Cool, awesome. Nah, it's fine. I don't need 6 cards for Revolver. Okay, great, thanks. Sweet. But yeah, it's just kind of like I have that trick there because if I get some magicians in and they're like, oh hey, I know this trick, but I've never seen this one, and so I can tell them the difference. But that's basically the difference. So it's more like, I guess, technically impressive from like a sleight of handling than actual performance. It's basically going to be the same as regular Revolver. So okay, where are we going? We need to get 3. Oh wait, Mark Rides is the 7 of. Let me find Mark Rides. Mark Rides can be one of the travelers in the 3 travelers. Let's see, 2. Where's the 3? Oh, okay. There's the 3. Okay. All right. So let's perform a trick called the 3 Travelers, or Ives Club. Nope, you're 7 spades. So here we are. Signed by Mark Rides. By the way, Mark Rides, strong supporter of the stream, and has also gotten a trick back on the trick list that never existed, which was the one that we just watched, Fantastic Four. So thank you, Mark Rides, for that. Okay, so we are going to have 3 travelers for this trick. We have the Mark Rides 7 of spades, the 2 of spades, and the 3 of spades. And here, what I'm going to do is we'll just lay out some cards. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the 3 here, and then we're going to lay the 2 here, and then we're going to go ahead and place Mark Rides onto the elevator right here. So here's Mark Rides, and if we go ahead and place Mark Rides on the bottom, all we have to do is press the up elevator button, and then Mark Rides will travel from the bottom to the top. You may have to wait a second to hear a ding, because if you don't hear the ding, there's a strong chance that the elevator may be broken. Oh, ChromaPunk, thank you kindly for sending the ding, and with that, we have our 7 of spades Mark Rides, requester of this trick, also in chat right now, on the top. Now if I go ahead and I take the 2 and I place it here and I press the down elevator button, the 2 should be able to travel from the top down to the bottom. Once again, you should have to wait for the ding because, as I said, if you don't hear the ding, the elevator might be broken. Or you might have to take the stairs, and that'd be ChromaPunk, thank you so much for the ding. Greatly appreciate it. And if we show you the bottom now, the 2 is there on the bottom. Now, if we go ahead and take the 3. Now, here's the thing. The 3, if we go ahead and take the 3 and place it here, okay, like that. Now, this is going to be future technology. We don't have this. We know what elevators are like, but this is a traveler from the future. If we press both of these, whoa! Mark rides transported, and that was perfect timing. That transporter. So the 3 is no longer over here. If I show you, that's not a 3. Oh my God, that's 5 hearts. Charlie's beat sign of hearts again. But actually, the 3 has teletransported over here. And that, my friends, is the 3 travelers. Wow, that's so cool. Thank you kindly for the request, Mark Rides, and thank you so much for helping out Chromapunk and Mark Rides with that trick. Greatly appreciate it. Silent Bunny has the eye. What was it? Poggers. Hold on, wait. Let me try and emulate that emote. Hold on. How was that? Was that okay? Was that accurate? I think the angling was off, right? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't wait too long in that pose because people can then Photoshop. No, never mind. Nobody clip that. Nobody Photoshop anything. Don't do it. That was pretty good. Ah, awesome. Thank you. Lamo! Laughing my ass off. All right. Okay. Let's see. Trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. And this is a good time to remind everybody to hydrate yourselves and to stretch. I think I need a stretch. I haven't stretched out for a few. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I think there was one trick I wanted to do. There was actually a trick. It's an old trick, but it's a slightly new way to handle it. Photoshop by mods. Then we can have a Crazy Asian Poggers emote. Oh, no. Don't do it. All right. Silent Bunny, you've redeemed dad joke. All right. Let me go ahead and consult the dad joke archives and see what I can scrounge up for you. I hope you don't regret this. Okay, here we go. All right. What do you call a sleeping bull? Bulldozer. Okay. Why does no one want to play badminton? Because it is bad. I would rather play goodminton. Okay, I'll throw in another one because this one is going to require a couple of leaps. So if you get it, I give you props. If you don't, that's okay. Okay. This is too long. Let me. Oh wait. No, there's two. Okay, there we go. What do you call an elderly hockey player that has scored 3 goals in a game? Jerry Hat Trick. Jerry Hat Trick. Get it? Okay. All right. Boom. There you go. Charlie's beach. I got Charlie to facepalm. There you go. Badumts. Yeah. If anybody wants to badumts, I think that's just 171. Here, we'll go throw that in for you guys right now. Hey. The other version of that last one is, and this one might appeal because it is nerdy geeky. I probably should have gone with this one. What do you call Morty's dad when he gets old, plays in a hockey game, and scores 3 goals? Jerry Hat Trick. Jerry Hat Trick. Get it? Okay. All right. Yep. There you go. So at this point, I live for the face palms from Charlie. Have you heard the one about the Dyslexic agnostic insomniac. Mark Wright says from Rick and Morty. Yes, that's right. So if anybody didn't know, yeah, Jerry is Morty's dad. So there you go. Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the face palm, Charlie's Beats. All right. Silent Bunny says he stayed up all night wondering if there is a dog. We're gonna give you this one for free. There you go, Silent Bunny. Oh, that was good. That was refreshing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me see. There's a trick I want to do. Trick request to card Monty. Does it get the right one? Sometimes when no, it didn't. Sometimes when I just put a card trick that just says like Monty, it assumes one of them is the correct one and it's not. Yeah, 2-card Monty. There you go. This is the one I want. Okay. So let me find. Oh yeah, we'll use the the queens. They just happen to be next to each other. That's great. Okay. All right. So for this trick, if you were here, I would have you hold out your fingers, and you would be able to hold these 2 cards yourself as we progress through the trick. But since you're not here, I just need like a little bit of a platform to place them on. So we'll use my wooden deck box. And so what we're going to do is the name of the game is 2-card Monty, and you don't have to remember that they are red queens. You just have to remember which one's on top. So if I place them here like that, the top one is the diamond. If you were paying attention, that's actually the case. So the diamond. Now, if I have the diamond, you are holding the heart. So now if I go ahead and I show you how the trick is done normally, maybe revealing a secret of magic here, but while you're holding the cards, all I would have to do is line this up and then push it in, line it up exactly, and then I'll pull the bottom card out with my other 2 fingers. So now if I have the Queen of Hearts, and you must have the Queen of Diamonds. Right. So now we're going to go ahead and switch it one more time. But this time we're going to do it at speed, okay? So here. Ready? I'll swap it once. 1. We'll swap it twice. 2. And then we'll place it there. And now you're supposed to guess. Heart or diamond on top. Here, we'll just find some other cards. Heart or diamond. If anybody wants to vote, take a guess which one's on the top. You'll win by just clicking on the. You can either say Mark Ride says club. Okay, all right, and then so you can click on heat map or you can put something in the chat. So Mark Ride says club. Ferret Fawcett says diamond. Okay, so we got a couple guesses. Oh, we got a diamond guess over here. Oh, Silent Bunny says heart. Okay, so we got a mix. We have everything except for spades. All right, so which card is on the top? So if you answered any of those, club, diamond, heart, you'd be incorrect because the top card is actually a spade. And actually, the bottom card is a club. So Mark Rides was probably next closest. And then, yeah. And you're probably wondering, wait, where are the queens? I mean, they changed to these. And there you have it. And that's why you don't play any Monty on the street. Period. It's a scam or a con. All right, let me go ahead and eat this heat map here. Delicious. I assume Meow House is saying what to the trick and not what to me eating heat maps. Although that would be a valid response. What flavor is it? Silent Bunny, it's spicy. Because it's a heat map. All right, thank you kindly for the clap. Silent Bunny and Ferret Fawcett says, I'm confused. Meow says, what? Ferret Fawcett, why are you confused? Because you were wondering how the queens change into sixes? Is that why? Okay. I mean, it's a perfectly natural question. I mean, deep down, if you just want me to change them back, you just have to tell me. All right, so here's a six right here. We'll change it back. There we go. So that we changed that one back, and now let me grab the other one. We'll go ahead and change that one back. Here. Here's the other one. Right. Come on, focus. Focus, camera. Change that one back too. There you go. So there you go. All right. So I think I want to do that one because I hadn't done that one in a while. I think that was the only trick that hadn't been done in a couple months on the trick list, number one. Number two, I came up with a new way to do it. So it is slightly more open and less suspicious. To be fair, nothing unbeknownst to lay people, the handling of that was a little bit different, and I came up with a way to make it look better, basically. So it is tougher to do, but it is. I think it was worth it because you can make it look more impressive with a regular deck of cards. So there are tricks that you may require special cards, and you've seen me use some special cards like blank cards and things. But just being able to use a regular deck of cards and making it look more convincing is amazing. It's super cool. So, all right, we have another request from Mark Rides. Mark Rides, thank you so much for the request. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get Mark Rides in on the trick again. Thank you for the request. And we will try and, let's see here. We'll need the 2, 3, 4, and then we'll use, alright, sorry, don't mind me guys, I'm just separating some cards for the Devil's Elevator. Hold on, am I missing one? I must just be passing it because, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Could an Uno deck be used for some tricks? The answer is yes. Actually, Ferret Fawcett, I'm glad you asked. I don't normally bring this up, but I have redeems on my channel. And so if you look under my redeems, I can do some magic tricks with an Uno deck. If you look under, and I think it's 500 channel points, Uno cards. If possible, I will perform a trick with Uno cards. So, yes. We need Crazy Asian card seeing the elevator breaks because of bad dad jokes. Yes, that's right. Okay, so this is called the Devil's Elevator. So normally I would use 2, 3, 4, and 5, but since Mark Rides requested, we're going to be using also the 7 of Spades signed by Mark Rides. Once again, Mark Rides, thank you so much for supporting. And so there's that, and then we have the red 6s and 9s. Now, the only reason why I use, well, it's not the only reason, but I use 6s and 9s not because of the meme, but because this is the Devil's Elevator, and at certain angles this will look like 666, and so that's kind of the reason why I'll use the red 6s and 9s. But you're not going to mix them up with the black spot cards. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the red 6s and 9s over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and place all of the other cards over here. So we're going to place Mark Rides 7 of Spades up here. And then we're going to place the 4 of Spades right here. Then we're going to place the 3 of Spades over here. And then we'll place the 2 of Spades right here. Now, for those of you who have not seen this trick before, hell is not just a religious place, it is a business. And as all good businesses, there is a maintenance elevator. So if you find yourself in any of the levels of hell, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, this is the way that you can get out. And so let's pretend, as I said, here's the 2, right? So if I take the 2 and I place it in the second level of hell, like this, so first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If you are in the elevator and you find yourself, oh, the easiest way to get out is get up to the top level. So if you press up on the elevator after you get in, you may be able to hear a ding when the elevator hits, and you should be able to escape hell from the topmost floor. So it may take a moment, but Silent Bunny, thank you so much for the ding. And if we take a look, the 2 has traveled up to the top. Now if I go ahead and take the 3 and I place that here in the 3rd level of hell, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Once again, 3 will know how to get out because 3 enters the elevator, presses the up elevator button, you get up to the top level of hell, and that's the one closest to the surface, so you should be able to get out more easily. Once again, you gotta wait for the ding. Because God forbid, pun intended, that the elevator is broken. So, we'll give that a second. Black Rose, my cat says hello with some head bumps to my phone. Ferret Faucet, thank you so much for the ding. And if actually we take a look, the 3 should have traveled up to the top. Yes, and it can escape hell. Now, some people think that I've had some of these cards in here, but if we take a look, these have been the same red 6s and 9s the entire time. Now, if I go ahead and I take the 4 and I place it in the 4th position, the 4th level of hell, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they happen to find the Devil's Maintenance Elevator, the walk-in, press the up elevator button, and that should bring them up to the surface. I'm almost out of channel points! Ferret Faucet. That's okay. If you just hang out, you'll get more. It's okay. Ding! All right, excellent. And that 4 has jumped up to the top. Look, Tammy made it out. And then finally, some people think that I've had more than 4 cards here, but no, these are the same 4 cards. You know, maybe they think there's 5 cards or something. But actually, if we go ahead and place Mark Rides here in the bottom, in the 5th level of hell, like this, Mark Rides is going to find a way to get into the elevator. Press that up elevator button. And hopefully we hear a ding. Otherwise, Mark Rides is going to be caught, stuck down in the levels of hell, deep down. And we wouldn't want that. Whoa! Mark Rides is going to transport. Not even just like jump up to the top. So hold on, wait. If I go ahead and I take a look, if you don't notice, there's actually only 4 cards right here right now. And actually, here. Mark Rides teleported out. He's not in hell anymore. Here he is. Boom! There you go, Mark Rides. Teleporting out with style. I mean, I guess who needs an elevator when you've got NCC 1701? And you'll have Scotty. And then if it's D, I guess you'll have like I guess it's Geordie LaForge. I guess, would you rather have Scotty or would you rather have Geordie? Like, I don't know. That's a loaded question. You don't have to answer. You may implicate yourself. Anyway, thank you so much for the request, Mark Rides, and thank you so much to everybody who participated. Thank you so much, Silent Bunny, Ferret Faucet, Black Rose, and Mark Rides for all the sound effects. Thank you so much for the claps and the emotes. Silent Bunny, Black Rose, Ferret Faucet says Scotty. That's like a 100%. Another improvisation at the end. Yes, I don't normally plan on that, but because of the sound, I'm like, whoa! That was perfect. That was great. Thank you. Thank you for that, Mark Rides. That was a good sound effect at the end there. And Charlie's Beats, thank you kindly for the claps. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I've been trying to be better about improvising, and honestly, between like the hype train and like, sometimes I try and read chat. It depends on how difficult the trick I'm doing is. Like, if it's a hard trick, I'm probably just focusing on the trick. But some tricks, I'm like, I think I know this one well enough. It was okay, and I was kind of reading chat at the same time. So, yeah. So let's see here. All right. Looks like some people requested Uno cards, and actually I'll do the Uno card redeem. So let me do that. Oh, Charlie's Beats. You also requested clear plastic cards. I missed that, I think. So, um, Charlie's Beats. My choice with the clear plastic cards. And then Mark Rides. Do you want me to pick something or do you want to pick something? It just has to have the um, improvisation label. Or not impromptu. Lol, I can ding again. Lol, yes. Charlie's Beat says yes. Okay, great. Thanks, Charlie. Let me find Uno cards as well so I can be ready for both. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, yes and yes. All right, sweet. Okay, let me see what trick I can do for Charlie with the clear plastic cards. Now, Ferret requested let Ferret pick. Okay. Ferret Fawcett, if you would like to pick something for Uno, feel free. So actually, Mark writes, I just gave Ferret Fawcett the channel points back because there was a duplicate. But SR, too many cards. Okay, yeah, we could do too many cards with. Or oh no. Oh okay. Oh that's yeah. If you want to see the trick list, trick list is here. But if you don't think of one, we can do too many cards with the Uno cards. And then let me see. Let me find one that I can do for Charlie. Nope, can't do that one. Oh my god, how terrible would this look? Okay, I'm gonna do. You know what? This one's a. Let me see. I feel like if I do a too short of a trick, it's not as cool. Okay, all right. This may not look that great, but let me try it. So there's a trick called Overture, and I've never done it with these cards before, but it may be doable. Or it's going to look terrible, and you guys will see some secrets of magic revealed because I'm using clear cards. Oh yeah, for those of you who are not familiar with the clear cards. Oh, I see. Okay, Ferret was asking, so I redeemed. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Can you share your streaming to my Twitter X? You need to be more recognized. Yeah, Black Rose. Yeah, you're welcome to share my stream anywhere you would like. Feel free. I'm probably going to be ending soon for tonight, but yeah, I usually stream Sunday nights Eastern time. So, yeah. Okay. All right, great. Okay, so for anybody who's not familiar, so I'm going to be doing Charlie's Beats request redeem for clear plastic cards. So these cards, they're tough to tell what card it is at a glance because the pips are only in the four corners, but they're almost completely see-through. So as you can tell, you can basically see through like almost the entire card except for those four corners. And sometimes it's a little confusing depending on which trick. I think last time we did like card on top. No, sorry, yeah, ace on top, and like it worked, but I don't think you could tell. It was not as impressive, I think, with the clear cards because you couldn't tell what was going on top and what was going in the middle and stuff. So that's what these cards are. So I'm going to go ahead and perform a trick called Overture. So let's do. Okay, and then for Ferret Fawcett's and Mark Rides' Uno cards redeem, I think too many cards would work, actually. Let me just, let's do that. So, too many cards. So we'll do that. Okay, cool. All right, so what I have here, I set aside two pairs. So we have the red nines. I guess well, depending on which side you're looking at it. Obviously, really, it'll look like a six, but. And then two black kings. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the black kings face down and leave the two red nines face up, and they are in the middle. So we have a face down, a red nine face up, and one of these. Okay. Now, if I was to reverse count these cards, the state would be the same. The two black kings would still be face down on the outside, and the two red nines would be face down in the middle. But if I go ahead and I just do one simple thing after I reverse count, and I hold the packet and I give it a little bit of a shake, that shake actually changes everything. Would you now believe that the black kings are face up in the middle and the red nines are face down on the outside? Because if you don't, look. So now, if you take a look, the two face up cards are the black kings and the red nines are face down on the outside. So right now we're in that state in which the black kings are face up in the middle. We'll do it one more time. If I just reverse count the cards, the state doesn't change, right? But if I reverse count the cards and I hold it and I shake it, that shake actually changes everything, because now the red cards, the red nines, are face up in the middle. Hold on, that might have been confusing. Okay, the red nines are face up in the middle. I think the fact this is clear, it totally messed me up a little bit, but I think it works, kind of. Once again, still not at that. But anyway, how was that Charlie's Beats? If you are not happy with that, I'll do another one with the clear ones after the Uno, but let me know. So I think it worked. I was just a little confused. So we can call that a boss trick. So let me go ahead and put over. FYI, I shouldn't have messed it up. And honestly, I nailed it the first time, and then I decided to do it again, and that was my mistake as well. So, so my fault there. My fault there. But anyway, that was good. That was good. I think that went well overall. Let me see. Overture. Just noting that for next time, boss trick. Okay, and then we have too many cards. Let me go ahead and find some cards for me to use here. Oh, this might be fun to search through. Let me show you the Uno cards first before we go anywhere. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Silent Bunny, Ferret Faucet. Shared everywhere I could. You deserve it for being absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, Black Rose. Also, if for anybody who hopped in but didn't hear the announcement at the beginning, I'm going to be at TwitchCon. Not only am I going to be at TwitchCon, I'm going to be presenting content at TwitchCon. So for anybody who's going to be there, if you want to see an interactive workshop, we're going to be at TwitchCon. I'm going to be talking about the magic community, teaching some tricks, and hopefully getting more people into performing magic. Black Rose, you're going to be there. All right. So yeah, check out. We have an interactive workshop. You can come see us. It's Saturday at 11:30, and I'll be teaching some tricks. Lorcana trick. Yes, I added Disney Lorcana cards to my repertoire of things to do tricks with, because yeah. So anyway, that was the update. That was the announcement. So if anybody is coming to TwitchCon, we should hang out and see each other there. Okay. Anyway, my apologies. I'm going to be pulling some cards to do the trick. So let me find, let me see, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 3. I don't know why I'm not doing this. I've not done many tricks with Uno cards, so I'm not prepared, let's say. Okay. All right. So, if you were to bring a deck of cards, if I were to bring a deck of cards for you, would you accept them? I mean, yeah, if you want to bring me a deck of cards. I mean, I have a lot of decks of cards. I don't need anything, but if you want to bring me one, sure. If you want to bring one for me to like sign and do some magic with, then you can keep that. That's fine too. Like, okay, so here's the Uno deck. So the Uno deck, I've meticulously set aside literally one of every card. So there's one of every card in here. So like the 1 to 9, or no, sorry, the 0 to 9 would represent, is it 0 or is it 1? I don't remember. Would represent regular number cards. And then there's like draw 2, reverse, and skip. Those would represent face cards. And wild could be jokers. So that's kind of, but I have like 4 wild cards because I have a few of these in there. But anyway, just so, because some tricks require like identical jokers. But for this trick, I only require the use of these 5 cards. So we're just going to use the, are these all facing the right? Yeah, yeah. So we're going to use the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of green. So yeah, the numbers are 1 through 5, and then green is the suit in this case. That's really cool. You have a workshop. Wish I could go. Oh yeah. So that's the anyway. So what we're going to be doing is if I go ahead and I take the 1 and I place it not on the top, so it's not on the top and it's not on the bottom, right? And I push it in, you would expect it to not be on the top, but that's okay. I'm going to snap and I'm going to make the 1 jump back up to the top because look, there's the 1. Now, if I go ahead and I do it again, and let's say I put it back into the deck like so, I can make that 1 jump back up to the top. And you're probably thinking, Nam, my name is Nam if I didn't introduce myself to you yet. Nam, that's not fair. You have 5 cards and I only have 2 eyes. And to that I would say, you're right, that's not fair. So let me go ahead and take 1 card out. So now I have, now keep your eye on the 2. I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 into the middle of the packet. It's not on the top, it's not on the bottom. Okay, but if I snap, that's going to make the 2 hop up to the top. I know, super weird, right? Now we'll do it again, just really quick. We'll make the 2 hop back up to the top. And to that, you'd probably say, Nam, I can't follow. You have 4 cards, and I only have 2 eyes. And to that, I would say, you're right. That's not fair. Let me go ahead and take the 2 out. Okay, so now what do we want to do here? So, and hold on, give me a second. I may have messed something up setup-wise. So, but, no, I think, I'm just going to check the packet really quick. I think I'm okay. All right, so let me go ahead and go back to this point here and say, yeah, the Uno card is really messing me up. Okay, so now I have the 3, 4, and the 5 green. And if I go ahead and do something interesting, if I place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5, instead of snapping, if I just hold the packet and I shake, that's actually going to make the 3 turn itself face down. I know, strange, right? But look, if I turn the 4 and the 5 face down and I place the 3 in between it and I give it a shake, that's actually going to make the 3 turn itself face back up. And to that, you're probably thinking, but Nam, there's 3 cards there and I only have 2 eyes. And to that I would say, you're right! Let me go ahead and remove the 3. And so now there's no excuses because we have the 4 and the 5 left. And so look, if I take the 4 and I place it underneath the 5 like this, right? All I have to do is snap and that 4 hops back up to the top because there it is. And the 5 is still here on the bottom, right? Okay. Look, maybe we can do it a little bit different. Uno! Okay, look, if I go ahead and instead, let me kind of do something. So look, if I clearly place the 4 on the bottom, you know what? Some people would be complaining, and I'm saying, look, I have 2 cards now, right? And you only have 2 eyes. There should be no excuse. Like you should be able to handle this. You should be able to follow. You should be able to follow these 2, okay? But you know what? Look, we're gonna just make it. We're just gonna make it easier for you, okay? I'm just gonna remove 1 card. I'm just gonna remove the 4, okay? And we're gonna remove that. And there's only 1 card left. Okay, you tell me what card this is. And So if anybody has any guesses, feel free to put them in chat if you would like. If you don't want to, that's okay. But I think a lot of people would be able to guess the number on this. So Mark Wright says green 5. So yeah, I did say you would be able to guess the number on this. It's a 5, but I think red 16. All right, Star Wars. Actually, did the red X-wing squadron go up that high? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, it's actually a 5, but it's actually not the green 5. I'm sorry. It is actually a yellow 5 with some markers scribbled on it, and yeah, that's. I guess that's arguably signed by maybe somebody who can't write yet. But yeah, it's a yellow 5. So anyway, that is too many cards with Uno cards. Thank you kindly for the redeem for too many cards. We'll give that credit to both Ferret Fawcett and Mark Rides because they both redeemed. So that looks like Infozar's Nexus of Doubt signature. Could be. It's possible. Plausible deniability. All right. Mark Rides, but Nom, I only have one brain, says Mark Rides. ChromoPunk says, thanks for the show. Y'all be good now. All right, ChromoPunk, thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. Take care. We'll talk to you later. Okay. Uno! Yeah, I forgot to call Uno. I guess by rules of Uno, I would have missed, and somebody could have made me draw more cards. That's okay. Meow House, thank you kindly for the hearts. Okay. Redeemed AMA. Do you remember the first magic trick you ever learned? Yes, I do. So actually, out of all the tricks that I perform, only 2 of them I learned in my childhood before I was actually seriously interested in magic. So I learned 2 magic tricks before getting into magic. Actually, I can perform one of them with the Uno deck. Actually, can I perform both of them with the Uno deck? I think I can perform both of them, but one of them is a lot less interesting. So yeah, actually, yeah, let me perform the one that is slightly less interesting, because this is actually not on my trick list, and I actually don't like to do this one anymore on stream, because I don't think it works well on stream. I think it works better like in person, so I'll still do it in person. But so here, we'll have somebody select a card. It doesn't matter what it is. Actually, wait. Let me remove the jokers because it's not going to be impressive if it's one of these. All the other ones are unique except for these. So we're going to remove these. But yes, I remember them because they are the 2 tricks that I knew before I learned magic seriously and like started studying and learning new tricks. But now that I learned a lot of new tricks, it's kind of hazy which ones I learned from there, but there's 2 or 3 that I think I learned before the other ones, but not before these 2. So yeah, let me do that first. Okay, so first things first, I would have somebody select a card. It doesn't really matter what it is. They would remember it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my head, close my eyes. I'll flip it over. You guys, somebody remember it. It should either be like a number or a command card and a color. So that's all you need to remember. And then, okay, so now what we would do is, I'm going to assume that heat map means that it's been covered. So I'm going to go ahead and place it in the middle of the deck and lose it here, like so. I could then go and hand the deck, and somebody could cut it if they would like, and then they could hand it to somebody else, and they could cut it again, and hand it to somebody else, and they can cut it again. And so after so many cuts, we would get to a point where, okay, I'm going to go back and ask the original person, you remember your card? Okay, this is what I want you to do. You watch as I flip over each one of the cards, and then even if you see your card, don't react, but I'm going to try and read your eyes to determine which card is your card. And so then I start flipping over all the cards. I intently glance up at their eyes, look back down at the deck, up at their eyes, trying to read their body. The thing is, for people, it's very hard for people to hide their reactions in their eyes because there's involuntary movements that happen in your eyes. Okay, and now I say, I bet you the next card that I turn over will be your card. And don't tell me what it is, because I'm going to turn over your card. I believe your card was green 7. And then I turn over your card. And that is this is probably the first trick that I learned, I'm guessing. So sometimes you don't have to go through the deck, but it's way more convincing to go through basically everything, have one card left, and be like, no, the card's, he's passed it so long ago. Nope, there it is. So that's cool. They can expect you to have passed your card. Yeah, for sure. So one thing that you learn in Magic is like a little bit of how psychology works, and not like for everybody because everybody's different, but there's a lot of behaviors that most people exhibit, and so you can kind of take that to your advantage a little bit. Okay, so that was the first trick that I learned, and then the other one I think I did. I forgot if it was earlier today during the hype train or not, but let me do it now. Once again, and I don't know if you've noticed, like a lot of my tricks in my trick list now, they are not like pick a card tricks. Like that's kind of like a stereotype where I think there's a lot more powerful Magic where people don't pick a card, but you'll see that these two are kind of like pick a card ones. So, yeah, yeah. Mark Wright says that's cool. Yeah, because they expect you to have passed your card. Yes, that's right. Gibson Len's getting to eat. Thanks for getting that, Bert. So this other one is the other one that I learned from childhood. That's like well before I got into Magic seriously. But they can pick a card, and it actually doesn't matter that I know what this one is. But so if I had the Uno box, that would help too. But we can just actually let me grab this clear box, because we can have the clear box do all the magic. So I'm just going to go ahead and show everybody what this is. Doesn't matter that I know what it is, but here it is. So it's a blue reverse. Okay, great. So what I would have them do is place it back into the middle of the deck. Yeah, I think I did this during the hype train earlier. And what we're going to do is put this back into the box and have the box do all the magic. I don't do all the magic, the box does. Actually, that's what I used to say. Now, I don't use the box, I use a deck sock. So now the deck sock will do all the magic for me. And honestly, like you know, if you want to get a glimpse in, like, the box and the sock technically don't have anything to do with it. I mean, the sock has a lot of magic in it, so really the sock's doing it. But what I'm saying is, you know, you use these other elements of storytelling and like other things to help sell the trick better and make it, like, you know, a better show. Because at the end of the day, right, magicians aren't hired to be like, please fool somebody. They're hired to entertain. So even if you're really bad at doing the magic, if you made everybody laugh, if people had a good time, it really doesn't matter. Like, I think you still did a great job as an entertainer, right? Some people hire magicians that they want to get fooled. Like, I mean, there's probably a different expectation there, but oftentimes when you're hired for gigs, it's like just entertainment. So, okay, so let's go ahead and take out the deck, and if I spread, you'll notice that every card is facing in the same direction except for one, oddly this one, and that is our blue reverse. So yeah, and that's probably the two first tricks that I learned. This one is still on my trick list, but when I perform this now, so that was one phase, I'd do a two-phase version of this. So I'll do another one that makes it look more impressive the second time around, because you may be able to figure out how this was done that time. Actually, you know what? Here, let me just do it with the Uno deck. Let me see if I can do it. I should be able to. Okay. Reverse card was reversed. Yes, reverse card was reversed. Okay, so first things first. Boom. We'll do that. And then once again, it doesn't matter that I know what this is, so let's go ahead and flip this over so you guys can take a look. That is a green 8. Okay, great. So green 8. So if I go ahead and I, you know, we should put it in this way. So let's go ahead and put it in this way, right? So this is the first half that you may know how the trick is done. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spread through the cards like this. And you'll see that one of the cards is facing in the opposite direction, this one. Okay, so now that was phase 1. I can show you this card because, I mean, you know this is actually going to be the card, right? So that's a green 8. Oh, you are using KN now. Yeah, I'm using Uno cards. Yes, that's correct. I have Uno cards that I'd set these aside a long time ago to use for Magic, and very few people redeemed. I've used them maybe twice before today, and then today we had some people redeem. But anyway, so and now here's the rub. I'm gonna go ahead and take the 8 now, and I'm gonna place it face down into a face down deck. And then this is the second phase. People can't really explain this one. Some people think that I may retain the card on the top. I think I did this during the hype train. But if I show you, that's not the card, right? So that's some other card. So that's not your card. But if I just go ahead and I quickly, let's see, I forget. This is like a relatively new handling for me too. So if I just flip over all the cards, if I fan through really quick, you might be able to see it. I don't want to catch it because it's, but you know, it might be face up. But look, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it face down. Actually, the deck sock will do it. The deck sock does all the work. Deck sock is the most talented. Here we go. And you'll see that these are not as smooth and glidey as they were a moment ago. So yeah, the fact that these are super inconsistent, like, quality cards, like they're flat cards. There's one card that's face down. That's that one. And if we flip that over, it is R8. And so people can't really explain that one, so that's why I leave this trick on the trick list, so I can do it with this with this ending. Uno, you know. Do people say it as you know or uno? Oh, I call it uno. I don't know. I've always called it uno. I thought it is pronounced uno in Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. I don't even know if I said 10 right. That was always questionable. 1 through 9, I feel way more confident in those. Oh, Spanish. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought that's what this was based on, but I could be wrong. I don't know the history of American card games. Yes, it has a Spanish card name, but it's American. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's American. As I said, I don't know the history, so it's people tend to say you know cards in Australia. Oh, that's interesting. I did not know. Silent Bunny says, "Thanks for sharing that with us." Oh, Silent Bunny, thank you kindly for the question. I mean, honestly, it was a perfect time because there was nothing in the queue, so I was just perfect for me. Like I could do whatever. Yeah, I feel like you could fool the magician on the last trick. Just randomly smile at a card that isn't yours and lock eyes on it. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because there's actually a new class of magicians who want to fool other magicians. And so there are things that people will do that look like certain sleights, but they actually either don't do the sleight or they're doing something completely different that the magician is not expecting. And so it's kind of like a new kind of cat and mouse game of can you fool a magician? So it's kind of interesting because once you learn a bunch of sleights, it's like, oh, this person totally did that. Wait, what did they? Oh, if they just didn't do the sleight at all, they would get this. Oh, I'm an idiot. Like that. It feels kind of like that. So yeah. So okay, all right. Let's do. Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. You're welcome. My pleasure. All right, let's go ahead and do last calls. So if anybody wants to see more magic, last call to get something into the queue. And then if not, I will definitely do something as a finale, because I always do something with the finale. And then we'll raid out. We'll find somebody to raid out. For anybody who hasn't stayed for the end of stream before, I usually just raid out to a streamer friend of mine. Or somebody. Sometimes I find somebody new as well. All right, Charlie's Beats has requested reset. Oh, Charlie's Beats, keeping me honest. I had trouble with this as well. I don't think, not too long ago, but effectively a boss trick. All right. And also let me find, because Charlie requested, let me find the 5s. Sometimes it messes me up because I practice a trick so many times with like certain cards, because that's like how I learned the trick, that it's tough when I switch up the cards. But this is a good exercise for me because then, I can adapt with other cards. Also, I get to wear out some other cards that I wouldn't normally wear out, because like if I use the aces for every trick, the aces would wear out more than all of the other ones. So, and then, oh, Black Rose has redeemed tarot cards. I'll have to do a magic trick with tarot cards. I'll have to find one. Yeah, I'm not going to do this one with tarot cards. I think tarot cards would be hard for this one. But if you request something, or you can have me select something. Black Rose, if you don't know what to pick, if you could just request Magician's Choice, I will pick one that will be appropriate with the tarot cards. So we'll do that, and then let me see here. I have to remember how to set this up because I forget. Lucky for me, I guess not so lucky, but like I have really detailed notes on how to set up, so I just have to, let me see. Oh, but I have to translate from like aces and stuff. So boom, 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 boom. Okay, yep. And then over here we can have boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then I do that. Okay, cool. Oh, if you type in, hey, welcome in, Zuljanim. How's it going? By the way, hi, yes. Thanks for shouting out Zuljanim, Gibson. And if anybody's not following Zuljanim, please give Zuljanim a follow. Zuljanim plays piano and plays a lot of wonderful, relaxing music. Happens to stream a lot during like my workday, so if I'm there, I'm often lurking, listening to anime, Ghibli music, Disney music, other things. So thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Sorry. Here, I will add it this time, but yeah, you could do exclamation point TR Magician Choice. That should pull it up. And Yoruma music, yes. Okay. All right. So, all right, and I'll remember to do tarot cards for the Magician's Choice. Okay, great. Excellent. So, here we are. We're going to be performing a trick called Reset. Oh, wait. I have props for this one. Hold on. I can pull out. Let me see here. Aha! Okay. I sleeved these up. So I'm going to use my load state and save state buttons. All right. So we have our 4 queens over here, and we have our 4 5s over here. So let me introduce you to all of the queens. We have a queen of spades. We have a queen of diamonds. We have a queen of clubs and a queen of hearts. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and leave all of the queens over here. And I'm going to have all of the 5s over here. Now what we're going to do with these is let me go ahead and hit the save state button. So we remember that all the 5s are over here and all of the queens are over here. But if you ever wanted to change the state of, like, you're playing a game or something, right? So sometimes you go and play the game and you do some sort of command and you happen to, but on the back end, you're basically changing memory addresses of things, and you're moving, bits around, right? All it needs to do is just touch it, and it might change the state. And that's how this 5 can change into a queen. Sorry, had to cough. Okay, so that's how you can make one change. But actually, let's say we have these 2 other 5s and we wanted to change. So if I just wave it over the top, you didn't actually make a change, but you got really close. But actually, what if I go ahead and touch it now? So we didn't just see them all of a sudden change, but maybe if I just, aha, there it goes. So there, 5 has changed it into a queen. And some people think that we have to do this one at a time, but actually if I hold 2 cards and I go ahead and just touch this pile again, we have queens. So actually, we now have 4 queens. And if we take a look over here, 5s must have traveled over there. Is that strange? That's so strange, right? Crazy. Glad I could catch you. Vince Vango, welcome in, and how's it going? Thanks for shouting out Vince Vango, Gibson Lens, and thanks for stopping in. If you're not following Vince Vango, please give Vince Vango a follow. Plays guitar, works out in the room. You can just hang out with Vince. It's a fun time. Now we're going to go ahead and load the save state. So we just saw all the queens over here. And the 5s jumped over here. But originally we started with the 5s over here and the queens over here. So let me hit the load state button. Boop. If I didn't hit boop, wouldn't have worked. But now if I show you, all the 5s are back over here. Is that weird? All the queens over here. And that, my friends, is Reset. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me hydrate for a moment. I don't know what came over me during that trick, but I was just like, oh, I have to cough. Vin said, going great, just doing some stretching and breathing exercises. Ironic how I have to cough right now. My apologies for anybody wearing headphones, and if that was loud. Is this a simulation? I mean, I just reset the cards like that. Thank you kindly for the clap. Silent Bunny, Zuljanim, Charlie's Beats, Vince Vango. And thank you kindly for the applause, Zuljanim. At first, I thought you were dabbing. I mean, I could, but... Wait, which way is accurate? Or is either way accurate? If you need hair tips, ask Vince. He has the best hair. Oh. I've seen Vince's hair. I know. I mean, look, you have someone who is sometimes working out, wears like a tank top, sometimes no shirt. Like, look, Vince is a sexy man. If you guys want to see a sexy man on stream, follow Vince. Gibson Lens with the bad. Yep. I am bad. Alright. Okay, so let's see. I have to think of a trick that would be great with tarot cards, because we have a tarot card redeem. So let me grab some tarot cards. Okay, let's use the Steampunk tarot cards today for tarot redeem. Okay, so there's 2 sets of cards in here, and for those of you who are not familiar with tarot decks, there are a number of cards that represent various things that you may see as like omens, and so they're called the major arcana. And if you look at the bottom of each of these cards, there's the name and then the number of the card. So this was the Emperor, this is the Hanged Man, the Empress, the Magician, and so on, the Fool. So these are called the major arcana. And the reason why I feel comfortable doing some tricks with the rest of this deck is the rest of the deck is similar to a regular deck of cards. So we have different suits. In this case, the suits will be different. So like swords, pentacles, cups, and wands are the suits. And they are ace through 10, and then we have, I think, Knight, Queen, King, and I think the knight is the equivalent of a jack. I don't think there's a jack. Yeah, so knight, queen, and king in each of the suits. So the backs of the tarot boba, yeah. OMG, I want tarot boba. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, tarot boba. So tarot is a food. Is it a fruit or is it a vegetable? I don't remember. It's a vegetable, right? Taro flavored milk with boba pearls, purple giant. Yeah, it's a root. Yeah, so it's a vegetable, right? Yeah, so taro is a vegetable, and then boba. If anybody's familiar with like bubble tea, boba is like the tapioca pearls. It's a root. Okay, cool. I love taro boba. All right, great. Sorry, I was reading that. I'm like, taro. What do you mean taro? You spell? Oh, you're talking about the food. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's what these are. Okay, so let me see what I want, and all the images are unique. So let me just. I think it'd be tough to see. Let me just like spread some out here. So what could I do? Let me look at my trick list so I can see what I can do with tarot cards. There's some that I've done before. I'm trying to see if I can do something different this time. Wow, I've done a lot of tricks today. I'm also thinking in my head too, like from the hype train earlier. I did a bunch that are not technically recorded. Okay, let's do 4 burglars. And actually, I have an idea for the burglars. So the regular cards in the deck have a suit and a rank, but as I said, the major arcana don't have that. So we're going to grab 4 people out of this, and they're going to be the 4 burglars. So who are the burglars? The Fool, the Magician. Let's choose the Hanged Man, and who would make a really good magician? Oh, sorry, not, thief. The Hermit. There we go. Funny, we wrote the same things. Well, clearly, if you guys aren't following each other and you're meant to be friends, you should. Okay, so here are our 4 burglars, and they're going to try and rob the safe and the bank. So let's pretend this is a steampunk bank. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have the magician be the leader, mostly because, magicians. Okay, so let's introduce you to them. We have the Hermit. Looks like this. The Hanged Man. The Fool. And then the Magician. The Magician is going to be the lookout. So the Magician will hang out here, is watching out for not just law enforcement, but really anybody who, picketers with pitchforks, not picketers with pitchforks, anybody with pitchforks, anybody who looks like they're a zombie. So the crew is going to go and try and rob the safe that is found in this village, as well as the bank that is in the village, and as well as any homes that seem to have any valuables in the village. And so they're going to go ahead and go into the village and try and steal all of these things, while the magician acts as the lookout and is the leader of the group. Now, the magician happens to see that there are people coming back, and they look very angry with pitchforks and torches, and I think they know what's going on. But let's go ahead, and the magician can do a magic trick to get all of the crew back out. So here's the Hermit, the Hanged Man, and the Fool. And he can get them all to disappear. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But actually, what's going to happen is now we have 1, 2, 3. And now we have 1, 2. And then we finally have 1. And this 1 we will also make disappear as well. And that, my friends, is 4 burglars, magician style, with a disappearance at the end. And yep, hopefully you guys enjoyed that redeem. That was a thank you kindly for redeeming tarot cards. I forgot who did the redeem. Let me double check who just redeemed. That was Black Rose. Thank you kindly for the tarot cards redeem. Anyway, thank you kindly. Oh, Vince Vanko says, what? Mark Wright says, oh, the Fool can be the distraction. Yo, you're right. And then Mark Wright says, do you have any boss tricks to do we really want to fool in our crew? Oh, let me see. I think I resolved all the boss tricks from prior. We did get a new one today. But, yeah, so I think, let me see. Nope, yeah, I did the boss tricks. I think I'm basically caught up on boss tricks except for the one new one. And I only I messed it up because I used clear cards. So it's okay. Charlie is really good at finding boss tricks. So thank you, Charlie, for let's see. What is the name of this deck? Oh, this is the Steampunk Tarot deck. So I have a few tarot decks. I like using this one because it's like they're not as gigantic and they are similar. But here, this is the Steampunk Tarot deck. So that's what I was using. I have a few other ones. But stylistically, I also like the art on this one. So my more kind of standardy ones, I have the Oracle deck. This is not a regular tarot deck. I have Astrological. This is also not a standard tarot deck. And then the other one, and this is made by Bicycle, and these are actually, I think, almost the exact same size. They're slightly narrower. This is the official Bicycle brand tarot deck. So these two are like, you know, I can handle the same sleights. I have to be a little bit more picky about the tricks I do with these because these are much bigger. So, can we raid someone new today and make a new friend? I mean, perhaps. I don't know. Let me see who's streaming when I am ready to raid, and we will see. Yeah. I have a Luna tarot deck. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so those are my tarot decks. And then, all right, so that was this one. Let me just, because I like to keep stats on my tricks. And we're going to mark that one too. And then I don't think I've closed the queue, so let me SRS off. And let me put in a finale trick. Let's see, the last couple of times I did one of those as a finale. I haven't done Dazed in a while. Let me do Dazed. And that will be probably a good stream. Cool. Some people collect decks, and they are all different. Yes, there are some people who collect decks. There is actually an overlap with people who do Magic or cardistry and deck collecting. So it's pretty popular. So yeah, I used to do this one as an opener a lot. I've added a few other tricks to my closing rotation, but I just realized I haven't done this one in a while, so this would be a good one to do. Okay, so with that, let me take a moment right now. Let's see. I try to do readings, but I need more practice, to be honest. Yeah, I have a tarot book that I picked up because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do magic, maybe I should add, tarot readings to my. And there's a lot of stuff to remember, and I've decided, okay, if one day I really need more entertainment in my life, I will focus on it. But I'm not really focused on learning how to do tarot readings. I'm mostly focused on doing magic right now. So as a hobby. And if anybody didn't know, I'm kind of a relatively new dad. I had my first kid a couple years ago, and now she's 2. So I'm a 2-year-old. So that's I'm focusing on being a dad too. So anyway, so there's a point in the stream that I like to thank everybody. So thank you so much to everybody who stopped by today. Thank you so much to everybody who interacted with the stream. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as fun. So if you requested a trick, chatted in chat, sent emotes, clicked on a heat map, gave me a card, any of those things, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, I I wouldn't have so much fun. Like, I wouldn't want to do this all the time. So next, thank you so much to everybody who supported. There was a lot of strong support. Thank you so much for the hype train. I don't normally get hype trains in the streams, and so when I got, I'm so humbled by the generosity that everybody has. So thank you so much, everybody, for if you were part of that, or if you added to the hype, or also thank you to anybody who like shares my stream, because I'm not doing this to get famous. If you're doing something to get famous, I don't think magic's the thing. You've got to be pretty good and probably want to dedicate your life. And right now, I just want to do magic to entertain and like tell stories. So that's kind of. And I like sleight of hand. Like, that's why all of my tricks are just sleight of hand magic, and mostly card magic, because I love cards. But yes, thank you to everybody who is also lurking. So I know that there are some people out there who just like to watch and they don't like to enjoy. That's okay, because if I'm just here fiddling with cards, no magic is happening. So because I have lurkers, even if there weren't people watching and interacting in the chat, thank you for being here, because the magic happens in your minds. And then also, let me thank my. Let's give some mod love to my mod Gibson Lens. If you're not following Gibson Lens, please give my mod Gibson Lens a follow, because Gibson Lens plays piano and is great at it, and got a new Disney songbook. It's the contemporary songbook for Disney, so we were able to pick newer songs. But also he plays a bunch of VGM, popular music, and has a lot of originals. So please give Gibson Lens a follow. Also, if you want to meet me and Gibson Lens, come to TwitchCon. So I'm probably going to be talking up the TwitchCon basically every stream between now and like when TwitchCon happens. So, and then let's see. Did I forget anything? I think that's my usual routine. So, as I said, this will be the finale trick, unless I mess up, because I'm not ending stream on a trick in which I mess up. But this is also a good time for me to. So I've learned not to say, "Ooh, I'm going to raid somebody" before I'm actually ready to raid, because then they end up raiding out. So let me see who's available and not make any assumptions, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Yeah, there's some people I can raid out to, I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll have some options. Okay. All right. And now for the finale. So I have a packet of cards. We have a 6 of diamonds. We have a Queen of clubs. Now these cards, I have 4 more cards, and they may not look that remarkable from this side, because I show you. If I turn them all over and show you the other sides, they will look maybe slightly more remarkable, because they have backs on 2 sides. All of them except for maybe this one. This one is different. It has nothing. For those of you who are not aware, they will print a face on a card when they're ready. That one doesn't look ready. So, but here, look, if I go ahead and I take all of these double backers, they have a strange property. If I just hover it over a card, let's say the 6 of diamonds, like this, Actually, all of the cards in the packet will turn into 6 of diamonds because there are now 4 sixes of diamonds. Is that strange? That's super weird, right? OMG, this is melting my mind. And I'm just getting started. Okay, here is another card. This is the Queen of Clubs. Now, let me go ahead and I just hover the cards over the Queen of Clubs. And actually, some people who perform this trick say, oh, look, the Queen of Clubs, it jumps up to the top. But we know what really happens. It's not that it jumps up to the top. All of the cards in the packet actually have changed to be Queen of Clubs. I know, that's super strange, right? Super weird. That shouldn't happen. That is not... that breaks the rules of physics or something. And then we have this strange card. This is a blank card right here. What happens if I was to place it here? Actually, that, if I just turn it, all of the cards actually now become blank. 2, 3, 4. I know. Is that weird? That's weird, right? That and some people want to see the backs now, so I can go ahead and show you the backs. See, all the backs look normal, so let's just... There you go. And that, my friends, is Dazed. Don't lose any sleep. As I said, everything here is sleight of hand card magic, so no sorcery, no black magic, no deals with the devil. Even though it seems like I advertise for the devil a lot, it's... I don't know. This... So let me read some of those reactions. Okay, so Obi-Wan, I went to lunch while you were streaming. I didn't clap at every trick. Sorry for that. Obi-Wan, no worries. I totally understand. Yeah, no, definitely look, lunch is important. That's a very important meal of the day. And honestly, if you get some good food or, chatting with friends, mental health is important too. I get it. Definitely take care of yourself and do what you need to do. I appreciate you lurking here, whether you're interacting or not. I just, just knowing that you care enough that you want to have your user logged into me, that is both helpful, and I'm humbled because I don't want to think that I'm inconveniencing anybody. Like, don't go out of your way. It just, But thank you so much. Let's see. Or Mark writes, or they raid you. Yes. OMG, this is melting my mind, says Vince Van Gogh. And then Silent Bunny has got the exploding head. Vince Van Gogh says, hey, ladies. And then Black Rose says, sir, how? And Vince Van Gogh says, bye, ladies. Yeah. So I was saying for the queens, right? Yeah, so that makes sense. Hey, ladies, all 4 queens. Oh, bye, ladies. They're all gone. Yep. They all left. Man, if I'd read that, I didn't want to make Vince Van Gogh feel bad, but I could be like, Vince, why'd you? Then they left because they heard Vince say, hey, ladies. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. Thank you kindly for the claps. Silent Bunny, Vince Van Gogh. Meow House says, lol. Black Rose says, exactly how I feel, to be honest. Meow House, thank you for the hearts. Vince, thank you for the lol. All right. And that, my friends, we will call a successful stream. All right. So hopefully everybody enjoyed. And, of course, thank you for being here. Now it is that moment where I actually have to decide who to raid. Do we want chill vibes? Or do we want somebody who's going to hang out? So actually, no, Mark Ride said we want to make new friends, right? So let me see who I haven't raided before, but... let me see. Have I raided... Hold on, let me check my spreadsheet. Yes, I have a spreadsheet. Okay, I've never raided this person. I've only lurked a couple of times and mostly raided in because other people raided. So let me see. Sorry if you heard part of an ad. My apologies. Okay, they've been going for a little while. Okay, they're playing piano today, so that's... Sometimes I think they're doing other things, but let me... OMG, that's a smart idea. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm big enough yet to raid big people. I've tried raiding big people, and I just got lost in, like, normal chat, so... I'm gonna build up. Or stand out. But hopefully after TwitchCon, I'll have a lot more followers. Or at least people know who I am. I don't actually need the followers, but I do want some recognition that, oh, I'm doing something cool and different on Twitch. It's cool to me because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be so passionate about like helping grow the Magic community on Twitch. That's why I prefer hanging in small to mid-size, in streams. Can engage. Yeah, part of the thing is like I like hanging out, right? And I like going to chat and getting to know people. And like I enjoy some of the bigger streams. I just don't feel as compelled to chat because I kind of want to hang out, So okay, I think I've decided. Oh, okay, yeah, I've decided. Okay, so everybody, we're going. Oh, I hope after TwitchCon there will be the awareness some people will stream Magic. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, so we're going to be rating someone called BDG 808. So if you are not familiar with BDG 808, plays piano, and yeah, we're gonna go. Oh yeah, if you can copy a raid call, that'd be great. I updated a raid call. The one that's sub has more emotes in it, and then so yeah. Okay, I thought Twitch was game streaming only. Yeah, right. Like that's the behavior. That's the thought process. Okay, so yeah, a lot of people do. Yep. Okay, so we added the deck sock, we added the lol. So for the sub one, and if the unsubbed one, that's okay. So all right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today. I love everybody. Thanks for being here. You guys have a glorious time zone or night. Take care. We'll see you guys around. Bye. What's that kill?